Hello and welcome to New Bedford High School Paul Walsh Field. Today marks the 123rd meeting between Durfee and New Bedford. We'll have complete coverage right here on Fred TV Channel 9. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Welcome to Fred TV's coverage of high school sports. The Durfee Hilltoppers and the New Bedford Whalers square off on Thanksgiving Day once again. Joined by Mitch Lown for the second year in a row, former Hilltopper. Great to have you alongside.
Great being here again. I appreciate it, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
And same to you, Mitch. We have plenty of headlines to discuss. Both sides here. I think the first and most significant one is Durfee's turnaround this year. After a 27-game losing streak, back-to-back winless seasons, they started 2-0 and really changed the atmosphere here at Durfee.
You know, it did. Taylor Brown came in with great enthusiasm. They got off to a fast start with the two quick wins. A little bump in the road after that, but you know, after having season after season of futility, 4-6 looks pretty good right now. He's done a great job.
Absolutely. And you mentioned Taylor. This is his first year as head coach, but he's no stranger to the Hilltoppers athletic program. He was an assistant coach and a defensive coordinator in all of 3 or 4 seasons in the last, over the last decade or so. And he played here for Durfee as well. So he certainly knows what it's like to play on Thanksgiving Day. We'll hear from Taylor here.
I know what it means to play in this game. I know what it means to beat New Bedford. I was on the coaching staff when they beat them 2 out of the 3 years at one point. I believe it was like 06, 07. And so I know what it is. I know what it feels like to win against New Bedford. I also know what it is to lose to New Bedford.
And Mitch, as a former player yourself, I'm sure you can understand what Taylor's talking about, the pressures.
Yeah, I mean, it's throw the records out the window here for the Thanksgiving Day game. Everyone's 0-0. So, we got to, they have to focus on the task at hand today. New Bedford's coming in. They've lost 5 straight. So it's going to be an interesting game.
It is. You just saw Durfee AD Vic Pereira just came into our shop. Vic, we'd like to pull you up here, ask you a couple of questions here off the cuff.
Pleasure to see you.
Yep, you as well.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
You too.
So, Vic, what are you going to see from today, you think? It's both teams at 4-6. Give us your thoughts.
Well, I'm just hoping it's a good competitive game, and give everybody a great show for Thanksgiving Day game. And that's all we want, a good competitive game out there, have the kids play hard. And, again, and bring back that Durfee-New Bedford rivalry. Hopefully it's competitive. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yep, absolutely. And then maybe this can segue into a very successful basketball season as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think Coach Brown and the staff did a great job this year with the kids. And, again, knowing that the last 3 years wasn't a pretty record-wise, and I think coming in this year, winning 4 games is huge. And again, it just sets the tone, hopefully, for years to come for Durfee football. Yep. So.
All right, well, there you go. That's the word from Durfee AD Vic Pereira, Hall of Fame class of 2014. Vic, thanks for joining us.
Take care, guys, and happy Thanksgiving.
All right,
you as well, Victor.
So now we'll transition to the Whalers side here. It's been a tough stretch, as you mentioned. They've lost 5 games in a row. They have the same record as Durfee. And so we're wondering, a team like this dealing with injuries, how can they come back from that and, really put together a good game on Thanksgiving?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, everyone deals with injuries at this time of the year, no matter, what level of football you're playing at. I spoke with Tom Toppy, the AD. They have a couple of their key players coming back today. One of them, Flugel, who's been hurt. He's been out the last 4 weeks, and coincidentally, they've lost all 4 games. So, but everyone's nicked up, so you just got to deal with it. It's pretty much the next man up mentality, and you got to fight through the injuries and play the game.
Well, as the Whalers take the field, you mentioned Tom Tarpey. He is the AD, the first year as the athletic director here at longtime AD Mike Correa, retired last year. But Tom is also no stranger to the Whalers organization here, the Whalers athletic program. He's the head coach for boys basketball, and he's been in the system for 2 decades. So he knows, though, that the Whalers have had great success on Thanksgiving Day, winning 40 of the last 50 games. Here's Tom.
It's always fun to to play the game. Obviously, it's a big game and a lot of hype. And I don't know what we can attribute to the success, but I think it's kind of a mindset now. And I just actually was with my head coach and told him that you're on a tough stretch here, but if you win this game, it ends on a positive note going into next season. So it's always like our little Super Bowl, even if we don't go to the playoffs. So we're looking forward to it.
And I think Tom said it best, that winning on Thanksgiving can completely erase everything that went on in the past 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it that much sweeter. I mean, you could be 0-9 coming into this game and you win, it makes your season. I've been on both sides. My 4 years at Durfee, I won one, we lost two, and tied one. So, you run through all the gamuts of emotions, and there's nothing like winning on Thanksgiving.
For sure. Well, I've seen it both ways as well. My senior year at Durfee, fall of 2006, was right here in torrential rain. Well, we're lucky the rain came yesterday. The field looks great, and we're ready for football. Before we get ready for kickoff here, I always love to do this before a big game, and that's to get predictions, just for the fun of it, because you can't write the script no matter how hard you try, but it's fun to try. So, Mitch, give us your thoughts for a prediction today.
I'm going to go with a high-scoring affair. I think both offenses can put points on the board. I'm going to say 41-27. New Bedford, kills me to say it, but that's my pick.
New Bedford's passing game has been crazy good this year, and so we'll see if that turns out. I'm going to the opposite side of the spectrum. I think that New Bedford has been struggling scoring points lately, and I think that trend's going to continue. So I'm going with Durfee, going out on the limb, going with Durfee, 21-18. We'll see what happens. And so we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll have the coin toss, the national anthem, and the kickoff. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Stay tuned to Fred TV. Welcome back to Fred TV Channel 9's coverage of Thanksgiving Day football. The Durfee Hilltoppers and New Bedford Whalers on the field now, getting ready for the coin toss. The captains for both sides. Mitch, why don't you run down the captains for New Bedford?
We got number 9, Hunter Flugel. We have number 12, Chandler DeBras. And we have number 52, who's injured. That's Alozo Guillaume. We have number 66, Douglas Pimentel. And we have number 50, Samuel DeJesus.
All right, and for the Hilltoppers out there, Hilltoppers also dealing with injuries. We have number 18, Mike Correa, who's nursing an injury right now, but he's suited up. He will play. One who will not is number 34, Brad Kilby. He's out right now with a knee injury in his senior year. Number 53, Martin Medine, and number 55, Alex Benavides. We're waiting the coin toss, but that is one of the biggest stories right now, Mitch. Injuries for both sides, and I think that's why both teams have been struggling lately.
No, absolutely. Huge loss for the Hilltoppers not having Kilby in the middle. So that could open things up for New Bedford, both against the run and against the pass. He had 17 tackles in the last game against Wellesley, so huge loss for Durfee.
The passing game for New Bedford, we said in the pregame, is crazy good. DeBras came so close to breaking the touchdown pass record last year. He did it this year. The record was 16, we're told. He has 18 on the season and looking for more. Yeah,
and with Flugel coming back today, that's his main target until he was injured 4 weeks ago. So look for him to be having a huge game. That could be a big hookup, those two.
Well, the Whalers are taking the field, getting ready to huddle up. The Durfee captains heading back to the sidelines to huddle up. We're going to have the national anthem performed by both marching bands, which is always great to see. This big rivalry, but both schools come together and play together on Thanksgiving Day, and they are joined together on the field. So we're going to turn it over to the field as the marching bands, Whalers and Hilltoppers, will take it away for the national anthem. great job, as always, by the two marching bands here.
Yep, very nice that they come on the field together and they play as one unit. It's an excellent idea.
Well, the rain has come and gone. The natural grass field looks great. It really does. I expected to see a muddy field, but everything looks great. Even the pocket looks great out here. And so kudos to the grounds crew. They did a great job to get us ready.
Yeah, I was actually hoping for a kind of a mucky field just to slow them down a little bit, the Whalers, that is. I think that might have played into our advantage, but the field does look great, so kudos to them.
You know, in the games I've covered between Durfee, Diamond, and Conley this fall, you know, we had such strange weather conditions all throughout. I said, watch it snow on Thanksgiving. Well, we came this close.
Yeah, we really did. It would have been interesting to see the guys playing in the elements out there if it was snowing. But great day, about 35, 40 degrees here, so it should be interesting.
It is. It's definitely cool, and you know, we're feeling the same temperatures as the players because these old press boxes aren't heated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So absolutely, it's cool out. We're getting try to get a game time temp. Here we go. New
37.
Bedford, 37 degrees, and it says cloudy, but the sun is peeking out, which is great. New Bedford is going to receive the opening kickoff from Durfee, left to right. And that if you're a Whalers fan, that's just what you want, to get the offensive unit right out on the field to begin the game.
Yep, absolutely. You want to get the opening game jitters out of there, so they'll be getting the ball first. Big test for Durfee.
Jordan Ross, number 11, is back deep for the Whalers, along with it appears to be Tyree Weston, number 24, on the far side. And as we get going as well, I want to say a big thank you to New Bedford Cable for providing us with the great footage today in a joint venture. And that kick is a very short kick, came close to going out of bounds.
Wow, great field position right off the bat, right around the 42.
You know, it is breezy out there, and the field is damp. Obviously, we know that. And in fact, when they teed up the ball, it did fall off already. Right before the kickoff, they had to re-tee it up, so it's possible that the ball was wet, just slipped right off the cleat.
Yep, looks like Durfee took the wind here. So New Bedford would be throwing into it right now.
That's right, the wind is blowing east. DeBross in motion, the quarterback. It's a direct snap to Andrew Raposa. They throw to the quarterback, DeBross, and he's got a first down.
Yep, little trickery right off the bat, Evan. They lined up 3 wide, and they split the quarterback out just on a little swing pass. Interesting.
Not messing around right out of the gate. I mentioned the Whalers have had some trouble scoring points with this potent offense over the last 5 games in this losing streak, and you attribute that to the absence of Flugel.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just he's a real good receiver. He gets open. He's big. He's physical. So interesting to see what they do with him today. He's got a big cast on his right arm. So
DeBross hands it off. That looked to be Hector Diaz, number 21.
Yep, very good defensive play. Number 78, the big guy in the middle for Durfee with the tackle.
That's Corey Pyers.
Yep.
One of the seniors, many seniors on this team. So a big chunk of the Hilltoppers team will be heading out after this season, along with the Whalers as well. A lot of seniors on this team as well.
Yeah, you got to remember, too, a lot of these guys, this is their last football game. They're never going to suit up and put the helmet and pads on again. So this is a big game for the seniors.
2nd and 10 from the 45 of Durfee. New Bedford in Durfee territory after great field position. DeBross calling the play, gets the snap, going to hand it off to, that's number 25, Jonathan Moraes. Tom Tarpey told me keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he's quick. I spoke with Tom before the game, and he echoed those sentiments exactly. Little jitterbug type back.
And it appears it's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. So big 3rd down play here, 3rd and short. Hilltoppers defense missing Brad Kilby, who's out right now, one of the senior captains for Durfee. He is out, the big tight end. So this is a big stop for this defense early on.
Yep, this is about less than a yard, Evan, it looks like.
Yep, 3rd and short.
Man, they got them spread out, though, double wides on both sides. So
in motion is Jordan Ross. They fake the handoff. DeBross is going to pass to a wide open Jonathan Moraes, and he's still on his feet. There's
we
a
got
flag,
a flag
and a fumble. Hilltoppers have the ball, number 7. That is Sakai Howard. We'll see if this flag has any impact on the turnover, but I don't think it's going to be. The officials made the call. Durfee ball.
Wow, huge turnover. That's what happens sometimes, Evan. You're fighting for extra yards, and that's exactly what happened.
It's a hold on the offense. Penalty declined. Hilltoppers have the ball after a turnover by the Whalers.
Wow.
So there's your defensive stop on third down.
Yep,
It
right there.
was a little different than we anticipated, but they still get the ball.
Nope, he was fighting for extra yards, and Durfee came up big with a nice tackle, knocked the ball loose, and it was recovered. So we're going the other way now, Evan. We're on the 22 of Durfee, heading toward the New Bedford end zone.
Have to say, the Hilltoppers have played better on the road this year.
Absolutely.
Their only win at home was opening night against Bishop Conley, a Division 6 team.
Yeah, I think it's just the mentality of getting prepared for the games. You might be a little bit more focused heading away from home.
Go with the running play on first down, and there is a flag. And it doesn't look like there was much of a gain on that play. Let's wait to see what the flag is. Interesting to note, someone who was questionable, Colby Cabral, he is in there, number 2, one of the seniors on this team.
Yeah, that's big for Durfee.
That is big. He's a big, he's an impact player. A face mask on the Whalers. That's going to be a costly penalty. So the Hilltoppers will move up and get another first down, it appears.
Yep, 15-yarder. So it's right up to the 38-yard line, so we're moving.
So a turnover and 2 penalties for the Whalers. One that was declined because of the turnover, and now this personal foul on first down. Hilltoppers move up close to midfield at the 38, it appears.
Definitely not the start that New Bedford anticipated, that's for sure.
Quite a few fans on the far side. That's the Durfee sidelines, the far side on your screen. New Bedford on this near side. That's Jaron Vieira, the quarterback. He is on his feet and out of bounds.
Oh, that could be a late hit.
30.
There's another flag.
There it is. Durfee head coach, that looks like Taylor Brown on the sidelines. He is fired up and not happy with the late hit. And you said you saw the flag. There it is.
There it is. He was a good 3-4 yards out of bounds when he knocked him into the stands there.
And I'll tell you, Vieira really
great fake.
Great fake. I was looking down at the rosters, see who the running back was. That was number 25. Eli Brooks, and he didn't have the ball.
No, great
I certainly bought it.
Yep, that's just a mental mistake there by New Bedford, taking some frustration out on the quarterback, Vieira, for Durfee, but he was clearly way out of bounds.
So he went out at the 32, and now they're moving up another 15 yards because of the personal foul, the late hit.
Yep,
so I'm guessing they called it maybe an unnecessary roughness, personal foul.
Yep, without question.
So Durfee in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19.
There's nothing there on that one.
Nope, stopped at the line for no gain.
Yep.
That was Brian DeMello. We have 8:45 to play here in the first quarter, so just a couple minutes gone.
Yeah, right. They march right down the field. Penalties help, though. Penalties definitely hurt the Whalers on this drive.
And that's something Taylor Brown was telling me last week when I spoke with him. And he said one of the things that they're working on is to try to limit the silly mistakes and to get tighter on that aspect. Well, right now it's New Bedford that's making the mistakes with
Absolutely.
3 penalties in just a few snaps.
Yep, and 2 personal fouls. So, I mean, that's 30 yards right there. So that's a big advantage for the Hilltoppers. And we
2nd and 10, and now Durfee's pointing to the Whalers.
Yep.
Might have an offsides.
Yep, definitely moved in the middle of the New Bedford line there. Yep, that's what it is.
So that's a 5-yard penalty, and that'll remain 2nd down. So 2nd and 5 now.
Yep, 4 penalties. That's very advantageous for Durfee. It's not the way New Bedford wanted to start this at all.
Well, this could be partly why the Whalers have lost 5 in a row as well. If they're committing penalties like this, I mean, this is crazy right out of the chute. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Mike Carrera on the far side left. Nobody on the near side. Vieira hands it off. That looks like number 23, Jay Souza. He's a junior, tried to punch it up the middle.
Yeah, didn't get much there at all, maybe a yard if he was lucky. So it's going to be 3rd and short.
Durfee very rarely goes for field goals. I don't think I've seen one this year, if memory serves right.
It's interesting, too, because I was watching Vieira, the quarterback, who's also the place kicker. He's got a nice leg, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do try for 3 if they don't get the first down here on 3rd and short.
I know, in a big game like this, you hate to give the ball over without any points.
Right,
So,
exactly.
what do you do? If it's 4th and inches, I think they go for it. I think if it's 4th and 2 or 3, they don't go for it. And now we have timeout on the field.
No, officials timeout.
Okay.
Nope. Durfee timeout.
Durfee takes the timeout on a big 3rd down here. Not a bad decision.
No, it might be wise to maybe discuss, see what you want to do, make sure you got the right personnel on the field, and pretty good timeout called there.
Yep, Vieira, the quarterback. Mike Correa, wide receiver for Durfee.
Very good.
So the Durfee players break the huddle from their head coach. They head out onto the field. And there they are there, number 45, Steven Souza. Eli Brooks was there, number 25. He was also questionable from what I understand. And as well as Alex Benavides. They line up for a 3rd and about 2, maybe a long 2, 3rd and 3. They hand it to Brian DeMello. It's going to be really close.
Yeah, Durfee's trying to establish some sort of running game. I don't know if I agree with that call right there, but the Bedford front 5 has been pretty staunch up to this point, so they're not really moving the ball between the tackles, the Hilltoppers.
Well, it's going to be a 4th and 1 from the 10, and it looks like the Hilltoppers are going for it because the offense has not left the field. So one of the biggest plays so far in this game.
It'd be a big stop for New Bedford with all the mistakes that they've committed on this first drive for Durfee. To hold them with no points would be a huge victory for them.
Yes, it would. Vieira is lined up ready for the snap. They put Colby Cabral in motion. Vieira steps back.
He's got it.
To Brian
Touchdown.
DeMello. He is in for the touchdown. The Hilltoppers lead it 6-0.
Nice play. Little misdirection with Colby Cabral going in motion. They had double team Mike Correa over here on the right, so they opened up the middle there. Good block on the end.
You see the replay. This replay brought to you by New Bedford Cable. We thank our friends here, New Bedford Cable, for providing us with this great footage today on Thanksgiving. And you saw the hole. DeMello
massive.
just took advantage.
Yep, excellent play. Huge for Durfee to get off to a great start like this.
And now they'll go for the extra point. Cabral holds for Vieira, who just seems to do it all.
Yeah, he's everything but defense. Oh,
they fake it. Not
And
going.
Nope.
Now, I'm not sure I'm liking that.
Yeah,
I
no.
would have just kicked the ball.
Yeah, kick it. I mean, yeah, I totally agree with you there, Evan. I mean, that makes no sense to me. I mean, if he misses it, he misses it, but at least you have a better opportunity than what was just run there.
And if he gets picked off and run back the field, the length of the field, that's detrimental. So, would have liked to see the extra point, but hey, Hilltoppers get the turnover. They take advantage of New Bedford's mistakes, and they now lead 6-0. That's how you're going to score.
Absolutely.
The team that makes mistakes is going to win. Is going to probably lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to keep them to a minimum. Durfee's taking full advantage of those committed by New Bedford on that first drive, and we'll see what happens here on New Bedford's second possession. Hopefully, Durfee can continue, taking advantage of their mistakes.
See if Durfee can't get a better kickoff this time.
Yeah,
it's a very short kickoff last time.
I don't think it traveled 10, 15 yards.
And it will be Vieira kicking. So back deep again for the Whalers. It's number 11, Jordan Ross, and number 24, Tyree Weston. He'll be on the far side. Vieira, nice line drive kick this time. It's going to drop inside the 20, picked up by Ross. He'll cross the 20, still on his feet at the 30, cutting inside, down inside the 35.
We get another flag.
Is that the flag, or is that just where the ball was spotted? I think that's just the marker.
Yep.
Just the spot. Yep. So no flag. It was a clean run back. And New Bedford, they'll have pretty good field position.
Yeah, again, they'll be 36-yard line. Not a bad return. Better kick this time by Vieira. We'll squib down to around the 20, but picked up and returned about 20 yards.
And you're going to be careful when you're trying to grab the ball after it's bounced because the field is wet, and now with the sun coming out, anything that was frozen, it's going to get soft.
Yep, absolutely right. Turned into a beautiful day here at Walsh Field.
Absolutely. Although I would love a space heater.
Yeah, it would be just for the feet.
Yeah, I know. I meant to get some hand warmers or foot warmers for us, and I spaced it out. Won't make that mistake again. DeBras hands it off, and it's a gain of about 5.
Yep, just a straight give up the middle. Hard
I think
nose
that was
run.
Morace again, number 25.
Yep.
There he is.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Morace is a junior, so the Whalers are going to have him for another season. This is not his last hurrah.
Same with Durfee with their quarterback, who's only a junior too. So very impressed with him, watching him warm up earlier, and another year under his belt can only benefit us.
Yeah, Vieira has a really strong arm. I was very impressed. He was probably one of the bright spots last year in the winless season because Coach Jones at the time brought him up to play about halfway through the season. He got his debut on varsity, and he was fantastic. He showed off his arm. Oh, and that hurts.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was a surefire first down. The pass went to Andrew Raposa, and it's going to be only a gain of a yard.
Yeah.
What a bummer for the Whalers.
Yeah, great catch. If he had let him a little bit more, he had open room. He could have gone for a good 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, oh, he just stumbled. And again, it could be the field. I mean, it looks great from a distance. We don't know if there's, ruts from the rain and if it's frozen, how hard the field is. So
I was down there pregame. It's a little soggy. It's hard. It was hard then, but again, the sun wasn't out, so it's going to start to thaw out, get a little mucky down there.
So we got a 3rd and 4. Mike Correa switching sides right now with number 20 for the Hilltoppers. That's Desmond Sanders. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. And it's going to be it's going to be a 3. Yeah, almost picked off, but the defense comes up big nonetheless. 3 and out. The Hilltoppers D showing their stuff early. 4:44 to play in the first quarter.
That was Eli Brooks almost coming up with the interception there. Deflected off the New Bedford receiver, and he almost had it.
That was good pressure there.
Bedford's going to have to punt. Durfee defense was outstanding on that drive.
Well, the 3rd down, it forced them to have to do something because of the stumble by Raposa. And now they'll have to punt it away.
Nice kick.
Little bouncer, and it's going to go.
Get away from it.
Yeah, don't even touch it.
Yep.
That was number 23 for the Hilltoppers, Jay Souza, who was back there to get it. Ball is down just beyond the 20, so at the 18, it looks like that's where it's going to be spotted.
Yep, there's a nice punt by Raposa for New Bedford. Not quite sure if I agree with the Durfee return man not coming up there, field the punt, but letting it go. So they got a few more yards on the roll there.
So it will be 1st and 10 from about the 18. New Bedford has won the last 7 Thanksgiving Day games, but they trail right now 6-0, and now the Hilltoppers have the ball on offense once again, their second possession.
I'd like to see Durfee try to open it up maybe a little bit on this drive and throw the ball a little bit.
And you got 2 wide receivers lined up on the left side of your screen. Mike Correa is there in motion. Is Colby Cabral heading to the far side now, and they're going to hand it off to Brian DeMello up the middle. He does not get maybe
a yard.
A yard or 2, and that's it.
Yep, looks like they gave him about 2 there, Evan. So they're up to the 20, so it's going to be 2nd and 8. They got 2nd and 9 on the scoreboard, but.
Yep, ball is at the 20, but it sure looks like 8, so we'll call it 8. Glass half full.
Yeah.
Fans still filing in.
Yeah,
you see them lined up along the fences as well if they don't want to sit on the cold bleacher. Actually, they're probably damp bleachers as well, so a lot of people standing here around the stadium.
Yeah, nothing like sitting on a nice metal bench in the 35-degree weather.
They hand it off, and it's going to be a loss of yardage. Stopped behind the line.
Looks like they had a little bit of difficulty there on the exchange with the ball. Looked like Vieira had a hard time getting his hands out after he handed it off to the back. That was Brian DeMello again.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. So the 2 yards that were gained have been negated, and it's a 3rd and long. So for the Whalers, this would be a big stop for them now.
Yeah,
no
I mean,
penalties. They don't want any flags right now.
No, you don't. You want to have Durfee punt from the end zone, basically, is where they'd be kicking from. So.
Got a timeout on the field. And taken by Durfee. So Durfee uses their 2nd timeout on this 3rd and long. I mean, you have to expect that they'd pass, but you never know. Maybe with this timeout, you pull something out of your bag of tricks and try to catch the Whalers off guard.
Yeah, I mean, you would think they would be trying to pass the ball here, but I mean, anything goes now. It's the last game of the year, and I'm sure they've worked on trick plays. If not for most of the season, definitely this week. So we'll try to throw something at New Bedford that they haven't seen on film.
Yeah, that's the one thing about high school sports. You really just can't write the script on it because all's fair in love and war.
Yeah.
As we said, this is the 123rd meeting between these 2 schools. Now, the first, I think, decade or so were not on Thanksgiving specifically, but they have met for 122 times now, 123 this year. So that shows you how tradition-rich this rivalry is. And it looks like they're going to pass, but now we got a timeout. Let's see, it's going to be, is it the Whalers?
Yep.
Yeah, it is the Whalers.
Well,
it wouldn't have been Durfee again.
Yeah, they just got that timeout in, too.
And that, that was probably planned to try to get it right before the snap, because now Durfee just tipped their hand that they're going to pass. So now Durfee's going to see if they're going to want to change things up a bit.
Yep. Looks like they were rolling out to the right here, our left.
Said head coach for Durfee. First-year head coach Taylor Brown. For the Whalers, it is Mark DeBrito. So 3rd and 10. Yeah, we'll try it again.
Yeah, we got an empty, not empty back there. You got swings on both sides, split back to the right.
Still anticipating a pass. In motion is Eli Brooks. Here comes the rush. Vieira's going to get it off to Brooks, and he's going to be short of the 1st down.
Yep,
not going to get there. It's about a 5-yard gain. Hilltoppers will have to punt.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. They just flooded the zone on that side, and they went to the back out of the backfield who was in motion. So, yeah, I mean, they picked up 6, but again, not enough.
The far side was open, though. Well, nobody was open, but there was nobody on that side of the field, so they could have tried to reroute. Nonetheless, the Whalers get their 3 and out on what's going to be a 4th and 3. Hilltoppers will have to punt it away.
And here's what you don't want, back there on 10. Bad snap could do all sorts of bad things here.
Well, there was a little movement there by number 50 of the Whalers. That's a short punt. Goes out of bounds at about the 45.
Just a good job by Vieira just to field the snap. It was very high and to his right, so just to get it off was a good job by him.
We almost had a neutral zone infraction by Sam DeJesus because he jumped at the line. I thought with the short field there, I thought maybe they'd try the snap count and try to catch somebody off sides. It almost worked.
Yeah, that was a real good punt here.
And they're marking it at the 40. It sure looked like it went out at the 45 from up here. We're right in front of that line.
Tough to tell where the ball actually went out. The official on that, the side judge on that side has a real good angle on it.
So a short field for the Whalers. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Durfee 40. And you see there, DeBross, the quarterback, he's going to hand it off. Nope, fakes the handoff.
He's got him open.
Plenty of time, and now he's going to try to take it himself. And he's going to scamper down the field, and he's out of bounds at about the 25, a 15-yard pickup.
Well, he had great coverage by the Durfee defensive backs, which allowed Ross to get outside and pick up positive yards, about 15 yards there. So
you'll see here, and number 78 was coming towards us. That's Corey Pyers for the Hilltoppers.
He got a hold here. They didn't call. He basically took him down to the ground. Wow. They missed the call there.
Well, we always say it. There's holding on every play. I guess it's just.
Yeah, that was an assault, though. He just took him down.
So a bad no call goes the Whalers' way. They pick up 15, and they'll continue their offensive pursuit. They hand it off to Moraes, and he's going to be taken out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
Yep, just a quick pitch to the right there. He got to the corner and picked up positive yardage.
That whole side of the field was pretty empty. Everybody was leaning our side, so they went to the far side, and everybody had to redirect, and he grabbed 8. So second and a long 2. Might have actually been only a gain of 7. Looks more like a 3 yards to gain. So we'll say second and 3 with 2:29 on the clock in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter.
Yeah, it has been. All the penalties and the timeouts. Yep, it has been.
Durfee making some changes. Got to get off the field. No, they have enough guys. They're just switching sides. DeBras with a short pass. It's almost picked off, and that's incomplete.
Yeah. Wow.
That was nearly picked off.
Oh, he had open field in front of him, too.
I know. An interception dream. I believe that was number 57 on your screen. Corey Storer, who almost picked that off. It was. He had a hand on it, and that's why it couldn't be handled by the Whalers. It was kind of bobbling.
Yep.
And that was Morris, I believe, 25 again.
Big opportunity. Here we are, third and short, 4 down territory most likely.
I'd say so, because the Whalers would be kicking into the wind. So probably 4 down territory. 3rd and 3 coming up here. DeBras calling some audibles. And now a whistle is blown. You have another timeout here.
Yep, another timeout. So both squads have taken 4 timeouts. There's been 6 penalties. That's why it's been such a long first quarter.
I know. It's crazy. I did a game a couple weeks ago over at Diamond, and Durfee was playing the same night as well. And Diamond started at 6. He said, "Oh, good, I can, do double duty and grab highlights from both." I was out of Diamond. The half ended in 35 minutes. That's how fast. It was crazy.
Mistake-free football.
It was. They just kept, both sides just ran the ball. It was Monomoy against Diamond. They kept running the ball, and I was at Durfee before kickoff at 7 o'clock. It was crazy.
This game is not headed that way, Evan. I hate to tell you.
No.
Might be still here at 3. So
I think we're going to have to wait a while before we can have our feast. And we just got a score update from Bishop Conley AD Cesar Gonzalez. Bishop Conley leads Pope John Paul II High School 8-6 at the end of the first quarter. And Pope John Paul II was the number 1 seed in Division 6. So they lost to Conley last week, and now Conley leads them here on Thanksgiving.
I'll tell you, it's going to be close here for the first down.
And they have it.
They have it.
So first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. So not quite a first and goal situation. But the Whalers definitely knocking on the door, trying to answer.
Well. Their offensive line is huge, and they're just creating big holes for the running backs.
There's some unrest there in the Durfee D. A lot of movement right now. Yeah, too much movement is right. Gonna pass. Complete. Down. Close to a first down. That's number 5. I got the Hilltop.
Manny Anuma.
There you go. So Manny comes down with the catch. It's going to be just shy of the first down by about a yard. So second and short.
Yeah, Durfee seems very, very unsettled on defense. They're not ready back there. A lot of movement by the defensive backs all over the place.
Not quite what we saw earlier in the game.
No.
So second and short for the first down, about 4 yards from the end zone. The Whalers trying to answer the call here from the Hilltoppers. DeBras hands it off, and it's a touchdown for the Whalers. Running it in from about 4 yards out. That was Morris.
Wow, huge hole. Huge hole.
Oh, he could have walked in.
Oh, yeah. I could have scored on that one.
So we're tied at 6. And I'm sure we'll catch a replay on this touchdown here.
Oh, look at 73's block.
And 28 led him right up the chute as well. That was Carrion Jr.
Yeah, 73 just opened up a massive hole on that right side. He just took the Durfee defensive end right out of it.
Now, much like Vieira for the Hilltoppers, quarterback DeBras, he kicks for the Whalers, so he'll go for the point after. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it's through the uprights. The Whalers lead at 7-6 here with 1:11 to play in the first quarter.
Yep, impressive drive by New Bedford. Took advantage of the short field, Evan, on the short 18-yard punt by the Hilltoppers there, and they just took the ball and marched it right down the field.
They did. It was a short field about 40 yards to the end zone because of the punt. You could blame it on that high snap.
Yep, most definitely.
Vieira
It's all about field position.
That's right. Vieira got it off his foot the best he could. Whalers did their job on offense. They lead by 1. So the other rivalry game going on right now for Fall River teams is Diamond versus New Bedford Folk. New Bedford Folk always a powerhouse as well.
Good.
And they've had Diamond's number over the last couple of years. They've been low-scoring games, but they've had Diamond's number nonetheless. And so we're waiting. I'm sure we'll hear from Keith Allen, the AD over at Diamond as well, around halftime for an update from there as well.
Surprised on the Conley score a little bit.
I am, yeah. I mean, Pope John Paul II High School, they've been averaging close to 40 points a game.
I saw that.
And last week, Conley held them to, I believe it was just 2 touchdowns. And now they're leading by 2. I mean, both sides got touchdowns. You know, things should go anyway.
Get on the ball, guys.
That kickoff goes out of bounds, and that's
Oh,
why.
my goodness.
What a great job by number 25, Eli Brooks. He let it go out of bounds. He didn't touch it, and that's a flag. That means Durfee is going to have great field position here on the kickoff.
That almost could have backfired on him, though, Evan. If that ball rolls back onto the field, that's a live ball. New Bedford could have picked that up and ran it in for a touchdown. So
That's true.
he was flirting, gambling with the devil there. I would have hopped on the ball myself.
Well, this time it paid off for Durfee, so they'll have good field position after it goes out of play. But as you said, not a safe way to play the game.
No, I was...
living dangerously.
Yeah, living on the edge there. Yep, so they're going to mark off. They take over. They should be taking over around the 35, I believe, because the ball went out of bounds. So.
That's correct. We'll wait for the official spot, but that is where it should be. No, they're calling it at, so it's at the 30. So it must be 10 yards where it went out of play, is my guess. Because it went out right about the 20.
Right.
So 1st and 10 from the 30. Hilltop is looking to pass right away.
He's got Correa wide
Going
open.
deep to Mike Correa. He's in coverage, and that was overthrown by about 5 yards.
Yeah, he had him right off the line, but they were looking for the big play there. I think if maybe they had gone quick, could have picked up 5 or 10 yards, but he went for the big ball.
He did, and Correa seemed to, I mean, he was in double coverage, and I think he got slowed up a little bit because the defensive players were slow as well, and he couldn't catch up with the ball.
As a former receiver, I like watching Michael, but they've double-teamed him the whole game. I've been spying these guys. You have the corner and the free safety rolled up on top of him, and there's been 2 guys on him the whole game. They're not going to let him beat them.
No, he's good because he's so tall, they can float it, and he'll grab it.
Nice
They get the handoff and the first down. That is Brian DeMello on the carry.
Yep.
Down at about the 45, or just shy of.
You see again, with the double coverage on Correa, it's opening up that side because you have the free safety who would have been up there making that play.
Yeah, look at it,
wide
DeMello.
open.
Wow.
There he is there. So now he's coming across to get away from Correa to make the tackle.
So maybe that's Durfee's game plan going forward. Let's just expose the defensive weakness, and that'll hopefully free up Correa later on.
And they've been running to his side, if you've noticed, too.
That's right. This time they get it to Brooks. Brooks still on his feet. Hold that ball.
Yeah.
He doesn't get to the line. So it's probably going to be a loss of about a yard.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Oh, and now we got some mouthing
A
off.
little extracurricular going on down there. As the first quarter is winding down here, Evan, an hour later.
Alex Benavides was there exchanging some words with some of the Whalers, so a little bit of a scuffle. That carry got them back to the line, so there was no gain. They did not lose a yard. They did not gain a yard. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And that's the last play of the quarter.
And it is, so we're going to switch sides. It is 7-6, New Bedford over Durfee at the end of the first quarter. We play 11-minute quarters here, so we'll switch sides. And Durfee will continue their pursuit of the end zone and their second score when we return. Great footage here from New Bedford Cable, our friends here in New Bedford. We thank them for their cooperation and providing us with this great footage, our feed today, to give you these great shots. So, Mitch, after 1, what do you think?
very impressed with the way Durfee moves the ball. Penalties really, really hurt New Bedford. The defense has been better than I thought there was going to be for Durfee. You know, they kept New Bedford pretty much off the field with their offense, which is good, which is what Taylor Brown told me that he wanted to do, control the clock, keep them off the field. So off to a pretty good start. We'll see what happens in the second quarter.
Durfee's played better on the road this season. We mentioned this early, is that their only home game that they won was opening day.
Against Conley, yeah.
Their other 3 wins came on the road, and the defense has been good on the road. They held Taunton to just 10 points. Somerville, that win, that was a crazy win.
Yeah, 48-40.
That was that was the offensive shootout that I think many are thinking for today.
Yeah.
But right now, only 1 score for either side. And then Nauset, they held Nauset to just the 1 touchdown, 13-7 in week 7. So the defense has been good on the road, and I think the pressure, there's less pressure on the road, and I think they've been able to perform better.
Well, second quarter's not starting off too well here. We got a penalty already. So I don't really know what the flag was.
We'll have to wait and see for the call here.
I don't know if we were set.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Durfee.
Yep.
So not a good way to start.
No.
That's Durfee's first penalty. And it's a 5-yarder, so now a 2nd and 15. Durfee will need to get to the 46 of New Bedford.
Yeah, I don't think the receivers were set. We had 2 guys moving at the same time.
Yep. So an illegal motion backs him up. Gonna try the handoff. Oh, and DeMello going nowhere. Stopped at the line.
Huge play, and that's Samuel DeJesus, one of the captains for New Bedford, middle linebacker, number 50.
He's another one that AD Tom Tarpey told us to keep an eye on because he's a great player and he makes a lot of big stops on defense, and there was one right there. So now Durfee with a 3rd and very long.
Yeah, you're looking about 3rd and 15 here, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like they might have given a yard to DeMello on the gain there. So it's still 3rd and long, though.
Yeah, that was a generous spot, I think.
It was. A lot of ground to gain before the first down.
Well, here we got Mike Carrera on the short side here. 2 guys right up on him, though.
Vieira puts Colby Cabral in motion. He spins, backpedals.
Nice.
He gets it to number 25, Eli Brooks. Can he get to the first down? He's going to be short by about a yard. Oh, this is going to bring up an interesting decision here for head coach Taylor Brown.
I think you go for it here, Evan. I mean, you
try
know,
to punch it up the middle, maybe?
Yeah, what do you got to lose? I mean, I might even throw the ball here. I'm a little crazy that way. I like to throw it. So.
Oh, I do too. How rarely do we see passing games, you know, prolific passing games in high school football? You really don't see that much.
No.
Luckily, with both of these teams, the 2 quarterbacks are quite good.
Yeah, they are. They take their time. They look at their progressions. And, I don't know. I think they're probably going to run it here, though, but it's less than a yard.
Durfee's going for 4th and 1 from the 47. A big play here for the Durfee offense and the Whalers defense. They're going to try to punch it up the chute. I believe Vieira's got it.
Yep, it looks like it's going to be
because there's an extra
close.
push. And from where the linesman is and where Vieira is on the ground, it should be a 1st down and a 4th down conversion for the Hilltoppers. Let's see where they spot it officially. We still haven't gotten the call.
Yeah, he just kept his legs moving. Big, strong kid, Vieira, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. They're going to measure, I think. Nope.
No, that's a terrible spot.
Oh, man.
That's a terrible spot if that's where they think he went down.
Yep. They're going to do a measurement, but where they just spotted that ball, he's short by about a football's length, I think. Oh, my God.
You've got to be kidding me.
Less than 2 inches.
That's a horrendous spot.
Yep.
That ball should be at least a half a yard further down the field.
He's closer to the 45 than he is to the 40.
Look at where Vieira is at the bottom of your screen.
Yep.
And where the knee is down. That's a first down.
Yep.
That's a terrible call.
It is. Yep.
I guess you chalk that up and say that's a home field call.
Yeah, that was definitely a first down there. No
so
question.
the officials miss one, but you know, this is life in high school. You go with the call on the field and that's it. So that's life. Durfee's going to go on defense, and the Whalers go back on offense with 9.5 to play here in the
Big momentum swing. Double pass here. He's got him wide open.
Deep down the field, Colby Cabral trying to defend, and he almost picked it off. He had to redirect. He came this close.
Yep, he had the guy coming across the middle that was open, but he went for the home run ball. Little trickery there by New Bedford on the double pass.
Not a wise decision because Hunter Flugel was behind Colby Cabral, and Cabral came very close to the one-handed scoop like we saw the New York Giants do last week. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, best catch I've ever seen.
It was.
Well, New Bedford again, you're trying to, the trick plays, so they've been the ones that have gone to the bag of tricks.
But both of those trick plays have not worked. So
no,
you know what?
Haven't.
Stick to your bread and butter.
That's
You've
it.
scored points this year. Maybe they're looking for a spark on this 5-game losing streak, but stick to what you know.
That was a tough run again. I mean, if I'm New Bedford, I'm just pounding the ball behind this massive offensive line. Kid picked up 6 yards there, number 28 for New Bedford, and that's Victor Carrion. Strong run.
Now, the offensive line is definitely big for the Whalers. They officially give him 5 yards, so they split the yardage, and now they'll have to get 5 more for the first down. So 3rd and 5 from the 41.
Yeah, big play for the
I'm
top.
sorry, the 49.
Okay.
Quick toss to number 25. That's Moraes. He's got the first down and a few more. Out of bounds at about the 43.
Yep, just a little quick pitch to the right here, and he got around the corner and picked up about 6, it looks like.
He just barely got to the first down.
Oh, wait,
marker.
he may be short. They're marking him short. No, he's got it up.
I don't know.
Wow.
I
Probably.
think he's short. He is short. How about that? So 4th and less than a yard, and I don't think they're going to measure it either. Wow, I thought he had more than that.
Yeah, and looking at the monitor while we were seeing what was going on in the field, looked like he got it.
Well, now he definitely does.
Yep.
And he's got a few more, taken down inside the 35, so a gain of about 6 or 7. Actually 10, I'm sorry. I can't do my math.
Well, we got one of the stanchions right in front of the play here, so it's making it tough. We got to kind of monitor the screen here.
Monitor the monitor.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just another strong run behind the New Bedford offensive line. I can't say enough about them. They're big and they're physical and they're pushing the Hilltoppers all over the place right now.
No, they are. They're definitely having their way, and that's why the Whalers are moving down the field. This is their second first down pickup. Now going for another. They got a fresh set of downs at the 34.
Got to pass.
Going to pass.
He's got him too. Oh, he had
wow, Flugel was wide open.
Wide open.
And he didn't elect to pass, and still he gets about 8 or 9 yards on the rush.
Yep.
As,
scrambled outside the pocket, and but he was wide open down the left sideline there. See, this is where the Hilltoppers are missing Kilby in the middle. He'd be a presence there to stop that run that they're doing inside the tackles, and they're really missing him right now.
Our guys in the truck. Got our scoreboard up now, so you see it's 7-6. New Bedford leading Durfee here in the second quarter with 7:20. The clock continues to roll. 7:20 to play before halftime. The Whalers hoping, though, to grab another score before that, and they don't want to turn it over and give the momentum to Durfee.
No.
Durfee gets the ball at the half, so New Bedford trying to score here before halftime. That's a low snap. That almost hit the ground. It might have hit the ground.
Here we go.
And DeBross is going nowhere. Stopped in the backfield. That's a sack and a loss of 5.
Yep, big play by the top of defense there. Bad snap attributed to some of that, but Durfee got into the backfield and disrupted that play nicely.
So, yes, a loss of 5. It brings up a 3rd and 8 from the 33. So this is a big spot for Durfee. I don't know if this is 4-down territory. I guess it depends on how much you get here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, you're inside the 40, so I would say it's 4-down territory. You're not going to punt. Obviously, they're not going to try a field goal from out here. So you get 2 plays to get 8 yards. So let's see what they do. I'm gonna guess that they're going to run it up the middle, Evan.
And now we got a timeout being called. I believe it's being called by New Bedford.
Again.
So the 3rd timeout used by New Bedford.
What are they getting a half? Is it 6 timeouts and a half?
I believe it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's too many, whatever it is.
I'll second that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're shooting highlights and you don't have anybody to talk to.
Right.
If you're just standing there shooting,
Yeah.
oh, another timeout. Gotta wait. Another timeout. Gotta wait. At least now we can chat about it.
The Durfee defense seems to have DeBross a little bit confused a lot. He's been very indecisive on whether he's going to throw it or pass it, and then ultimately he's been taking off out of the pocket. So,
yeah, that's kind of surprising for someone who broke the the touchdown pass record this year. He's going to pass on third down. There's a flag on the far side. He's going to the end zone for the kill shot, and Hunter Flugel can't come down with it. Colby Cabral with great man-to-man coverage, but there is a flag on the far sideline, on the Durfee sideline, back where the ball was snapped. So we'll see if that has any effect on what's going to happen here. We know it's fourth down for the time being, but we'll wait for the flag, the penalty call here from the officials, and see who it's on.
It's on New Bedford.
And Durfee is declining, I believe. It's a false start on the Whalers. That hurts.
Yep.
And the Hilltoppers, I believe, have declined. They have, so it's 4th and 8.
I believe the receiver on that side of the field was not set before the snap of the ball. So
that happened earlier.
Another mental mistake by New Bedford, and that's going to be their 5th or 6th penalty, I believe, of the half. So they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
DeBross was going for his 19th touchdown pass. And it was a good pass, too. I mean,
good defense.
The coverage was there as well.
Yep.
DeBross heading out, so it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 8. Hilltoppers need one more big stop. They'll have time with the football if they can get the stop here on 4th and 8 with 6:11 to play before halftime. Pressure coming! And a sack with a little bit of emphasis by number 21.
Wow.
Brian DeMello getting it done.
Wow, he came in untouched and just leveled the quarterback.
That's unreal.
Beautiful play.
And on 4th down, Durfee they actually gained yards because of the sack.
Man, look at that. Oh, wow.
Durfee trying to send a message.
Yeah, well, New Bedford emptied the backfield, and that's what happens when you don't have a protector back there, and he just hit him from the blind side. Just a beautiful play.
And that's a gutsy call from Taylor Brown as well, to pull a man off downfield to go at the quarterback. You could open up a receiver.
Yep.
Didn't pay off.
You got to make the play on that one, because if you don't, you're in trouble.
They had no chance to get the ball off.
Big momentum swing for Durfee.
So with just over 6 to play here before the half, the Hilltoppers will try to retake this lead. They go back on offense. And now a sack on this side, and there's a flag on the far side.
Number 45 for Durfee was a mess out there. He was not set. He was looking for some guidance out there from the other receivers, but he didn't get set before the snap.
Number 45, that's Steven Souza, a sophomore, so he's still learning the ropes.
Yep, absolutely.
A young player, but you learn by doing. And the false start backs him up 5 yards.
Yep.
No, they will decline it because of the sack.
You got more.
Ends up being, I think, the same actually.
Yeah. 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right?
There you go. I like that one. That's a good one. So 2nd and long now for the Hilltoppers. Both sides trading sacks.
In penalties.
Yeah, that too. Here trying to pass, and now we have a whistle blown.
How can they? Oh my. Yep, you had something. There was no one out there. New Bedford called a timeout just before the snap of the ball. If not, that's a touchdown. We got to look at that now.
That's twice that we've seen this happen.
New Bedford blew their coverage on that side. They left them wide open, and they called the timeout. Durfee was jumping up and down on the sidelines. Taylor Brown was to get the quarterback's attention that there was no one on the receiver on the outside.
And I think Taylor tipped the hand to New Bedford's coach DeBrito. But that's crazy, though, because that's twice they've gotten a timeout
right
within
before
a split second.
Interesting.
It certainly is. So the timeout takes away what could have been a long touchdown.
That's New Bedford's 4th timeout of the half.
And they're burning through them right now. So 2nd and long on the scoreboard officially. It says 2nd and 13, so that's what we'll go with here. Hilltoppers line back up, and there is certainly coverage on that far side now.
Yeah.
Not going to miss that one again.
No.
But they're going to pass on 2nd down, going down the field.
Got him.
Mike Correa can't come down with it.
Good defense. Hit him in the hands. Really, ball that should have been caught. 9 times out of 10, Michael does catch that.
That's the second time they've targeted him in double coverage, and this time was a lot closer to coming down with it than the first time. But unfortunately for Durfee, it's an incomplete pass, and it's a 3rd and long situation.
The quarterback had plenty of time. The line did a nice job creating a nice pocket for him. He stepped up in the pocket, let it fly, and unfortunately, Michael Correa couldn't come down with the ball.
And you see they targeted him high because Correa is so tall.
Well, he's 6'3", and he can get up there and go for it. So
3rd down, you have to think the pass is coming once again.
Screen
Pass, and there's a flag.
Yeah, we got a hold over here somewhere.
Not a good offensive series for the Hilltoppers.
No, it doesn't get much uglier than that.
No, less than a minute of the time of the clock used.
Yep.
Couple penalties, an incomplete pass.
And then you had that quick timeout by New Bedford, which negated a possible big play by the Toppers.
That's right.
Yeah, we got a hold here.
It is holding on the Hilltoppers, so that's going to back them up even further.
If I'm New Bedford, I think I'd probably decline it and make it 4th down.
Well, that's what they're trying to figure out right now. There is the New Bedford coaches talking to the official to see where the ball would be either way.
So they're going to be 4th down or 3rd and a country mile.
And they do decline it. So the Hilltoppers will punt from so far back. They're practically at Mac Aldridge Field.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we can get a better snap here than the last time Vieira was back there to punt. He almost went over his head the last time he got off a 15-yard shank at the end there. It gave New Bedford fantastic position.
Not a bad snap, and that's a pretty good punt. It's going to roll. Oh, it's got stopped. Jeez.
Yeah, that's the wet field right there.
That's like, you know, when you
That's
chip it onto the green in golf
wedge.
and it just sticks, right?
It's a wedge shot right there.
Yeah. But that's still not a bad punt. That's about a 40-yard punt.
Yeah,
because he
with
was
the
kicking
roll,
from
yep.
the 20. Actually, that'd be about 50 yards from the 20.
Yeah, but you're going from where the line of scrimmage was. So
Yes.
it's about 35 yards.
So Vieira gets a decent punt. It at least gets the Whalers onto their side of the field, but they have a little over 5 minutes before the half to try to score and extend their lead.
Yeah, we didn't do much on that possession at all.
No, less than a minute of the clock was used, and that's tough.
That's something that Taylor Brown said. They got to keep New Bedford off the field. They got to control the clock, and that possession did not accomplish that. And there we go.
It's a direct snap to the quarterback, and he's got some room. He's still on his feet at the 40 before he goes down. Colby Cabral helping the tackle, but they're a 20-plus yard pickup, and the Whalers are back in business.
Yeah, when your safeties are making all your tackles, you know you're not having a good game up front. New Bedford's just running wild. Again, the offensive line opening up huge holes. That was a design play all the way for the quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. DeBross just took off as soon as he had the ball. He was never intending on passing at all. Ball is at the 38.
Well,
and Morris gets the ball.
Yep, again.
He's taken down inside the 30, just short of the 1st down.
Exactly what Durfee did not want to do is give them the ball back with 5 minutes and just have them run the ball down their throats, and that's what they're doing again.
Yeah, well, if they get into the end zone too soon, the Hilltoppers may have a chance to actually pull together a drive of their own.
All the momentum they had, though, Evan, with that big sack on the 4th down play is pretty much gone now. New Bedford again driving well into Durfee territory at the 29.
And now the Hilltoppers take a timeout, not surprised. I think that the timeout there from New Bedford kind of messed with Durfee a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, that negated a real big play for the Toppers.
Here's a big one for you. No scoring in the second quarter over at Conley. The Hilltoppers.
Yes.
The Cougars continue to lead the Lions 8-6 at the half. So a defensive shootout, not what I was expecting.
No, definitely not. Especially Conley put some points on the board, too. A good young quarterback over there. Kevin Sullivan, I believe, right?
That's right, yep. They lost Brian Quinn last year, who had a great career at Conley as an athlete. And now, yes, Kevin Sullivan taking over the helm.
All right, here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Yep.
sending a message to Keith Allen over at Diamond for a score update over there. See how the Bengals are doing against the Bears from New Bedford Folk. On a 2nd and 1 here for the Whalers. Down in Durfee territory.
I'd watch for the pass here.
Going to try for the kill shot to the end zone, you think?
I mean, well, they got Raposa lined up at quarterback and DeBras at the here we go.
Oh, they hand it to DeBras. Interesting.
No.
Oh, no, Raposa kept it.
Kept it.
See, again, they sold me on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Great ball fake.
It is. First down for the Whalers. They moved the chains right about the 25, maybe inside the 25, actually, the 24-yard line.
Yep, good ball fake. That's the second time they've lined up that way with Raposa at quarterback and DeBras back at the tailback.
So first down from the 24, 4 minutes to play before the half.
If you're New Bedford, you're going to watch yourself here in the runs because you don't have a lot of timeouts left.
And look at that.
Wow,
right up the middle. That was number 28, Victor Carrion Jr. That's his second carry.
Very, very, very impressed. Can't say enough about the offensive line of New Bedford. They're just creating huge, huge holes to run through.
So that's going to be a 2nd and short coming up.
There we go. We got the two backs in the backfield again. Yep, again.
Right off to Carrion, and it's another first down towards the 10-yard line.
Going to be, yep, 1st and 10 from the 13, it looks like.
Very similar to what Whalers had on their first touchdown scoring drive. They had a 1st and 10 from the 13. They got down inside the 10, and they ran it in.
Yep. I mean, they're going to the left. They're going to the right. They're going up the middle. It's, you know, obviously it was their game plan to run in between the tackles, and it's working very, very well.
So it's another first down. They move the chains. The clock continues to roll, and this is that time management you were talking about earlier because now we have 3 minutes to play before the half. And looks like they're going to run it. It was.
In the end zone. Nope, just short.
Leaping.
Wow.
Out of bounds, though.
Just about the 2 or 3 yard line there. It was a nice run. Quarterback held on to it to the last possible second before he pitched it. It was a nice play by New Bedford.
You're going to be careful with those laterals because, you know, so many bad things can happen with the lateral because it's a live ball.
Yep.
Moraes got out of bounds. I'm not sure if he got the first.
No.
He didn't get the first down. So it's 2nd and 2 from the 5. 5 yards to the end zone. So
I'm New Bedford. I just keep pounding it away here.
for Durfee, though, that going out of bounds has stopped the clock. So that's beneficial for the Hilltoppers. 2 backs again behind DeBras. To Moraes. Moraes will be taken down, but I think he's getting the first down out of it.
He's going to be very, very close.
It should be 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Yep. And of course, the first down stops the clock again, so.
Yep, got to move those chains. Well, actually, you don't have to move them now.
Not anymore.
Because it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. And now the clock will continue to roll. Same formation, not changing, keeping it going. Moraes trying to break the plane. Does he get in? Yes, he does. The Whalers grab their 2nd touchdown of the day. And amazingly, both have been on the ground.
Yeah, you know, they haven't differed from their game plan. They're just running the ball up the gut. And nice second effort by the back to get into the end zone.
Moraes found a hole. He was grabbed, but the extension, he broke the plane. That's all you need to do.
Tip of the ball's over, and it's a touchdown.
13-6, the score, and they'll go for the extra point, I believe. Looks like they're lining up to do that. As DeBras is in the back.
Well, you're going to watch the fake here, though, too, because he is the quarterback, and, you know, they'd want to get it, you know, 14-15, be a 2-possession game then for Durfee, so.
Well, and you're up by 7 now, so nothing to lose, really, by trying for the 2 points.
It looks like he's going to kick it, though. Although 88 wasn't the holder on the last extra point, so got to watch out and see what's going on here.
This is true. You never know. There's the snap. The ball is down. They're going for it, and it is going to be wide to the left. So the Whalers lead by 7, 13-6 the score. The Hilltoppers have 2:29 on the clock, and they have a few more timeouts than the Whalers do. So there is an opportunity for Durfee to try to grab some points before halftime. Again, they will get the ball to begin the second half. So anything they can do here is just going to be bonus.
Yeah, I mean, if they can come away with another 6, that would be great. But again, you know, they have to move the ball a little bit. Obviously, they're going to have to put the ball in the air too with short clock left.
Yeah, after that first touchdown scoring drive for Durfee, the Whalers defense has really tightened up and really eliminated both the run and the passing game. They've just locked it down.
Yep, they have. You know, Durfee's got to get into a little accident here in the press box.
Microphones flying, chairs going down.
That's it.
It's a crowded booth today. We got 2 radio stations, 2 TV stations, the PA, the scorers, 2 cameras. Oh yeah.
In no heat.
And
in all the windows open.
I was trying to forget about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Nah, I can't feel my toes, so.
I know. That's why I was trying to forget. I can't feel anything either. So.
As we get back deep here, we got Colby Cabral.
Yeah, it should be Colby and it's not Correa.
Jay Souza. Yep.
Yep, 23. Jay Souza. He'll get to run it back.
Oh, he's got a nice
That's a good
return.
run back. It is. Good return. Just shy of the 50. The ball was in the air the whole time.
We got all 2s on the scoreboard here. We got 2:22 until the end of the half.
Deuce is wild.
That's it. Yep, just shy of the 50.
We got a message from Diamond Regional. New Bedford Vogue up 27-0 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wow, Diamond getting pounced.
Yep, that's a old-fashioned backyard kicking.
I told you, New Bedford Vogue has had Diamond's number over the last few years. Diamond had really a tale of 2 seasons as the Hilltoppers get ready to snap here. Colby Cabral in motion. Oh, another handoff. Nothing doing for Brian DeMello.
I think he read that play.
Yeah, he's been taken out of the equation today.
Yeah, he was in there almost before he handed the ball off. So that's that New Bedford defensive line doing the job right there.
So as we come up, it'll be about 2nd and 12.
Yeah, lost about 2 on that.
But for Diamond, you know, getting back to one of our other Fall River teams, Diamond, it was a tale of 2 seasons. They went 0-7 in the first part of the season, so obviously did not qualify for tournament play. They went 3-0 in the non-playoff bracket.
Right.
You know, so now they're in danger of finishing the year 3-8 instead of 4-7.
Oh, that's
Vieira
pass
looking to pass.
Nice, that's a first down.
Mike Correa with his first reception of the day, and it's good for the first down. And you said that could have been pass interference if it wasn't caught, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They didn't throw the flag, but he was draped all over him.
Well, he broke free, and that play seemed to work. So first down for the Hilltoppers.
Got a $1.50 left on the clock.
And they got to hustle. They do have a couple timeouts to burn. Correa, it would have been, I know he was tackled, but it would have been good if he was able to get up and out of bounds. He was so close to the sidelines.
Yeah, they're rolling the safety right up on top of him every time. They got 2 guys, actually 3 guys over there now with Colby Cabral. Timeout, Durfee.
Oh, that's a shame because you just wasted 20 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to drive a coach absolutely out of his mind.
As Vieira called that. That was not the sidelines.
No,
that was Vieira.
No, he saw something he didn't like. I don't know if it was personnel or what New Bedford was lined up in, but got to stop burning these timeouts. Mental mistakes.
So he gets a new play. Well, maybe the same. You never know.
Yep.
Hilltoppers will line up. Coming out is 45. That's Steven Souza.
Right.
So
Sakai Howard back in there.
You got to watch out for him because
yeah.
Look at, Sakai is going to go one-on-one, and they stack him on the side where Mike Correa is, and that might open up Correa. They're going to go to Colby Cabral. No, that's number 25, Eli Brooks, and he breaks
he's going.
Free
He's
to
going.
The 20,
Come on, get in there for a block.
To the 10, to the 5, and he's out of bounds inside the 5. First and goal for the Hilltoppers.
Great play. Broken tackle. open field, just got open there. Nice block by Colby Cabral at the end. Allowed him to get a few more yards. Here it is right here. Little swing pass to the up.
Look at that
just
stiff arm.
just hard running. And
Wow.
nice block at the end here by Colby Cabral as well, so getting in the way.
Colby's done a great job on defense today, or with defensive plays, I should say. I mean, he's on offense right now, but he's been making the blocks,
Yeah, he's had an all-around
making the
pretty tough
tackles.
game.
Hasn't had the receptions, but he's been getting it done in other ways. First and goal for Durfee with under a minute to play.
They're burning another timeout. They didn't have the right personnel on the field, and
They
very,
had
very
the time was
confused.
stopped as
Yeah,
well because he
yeah.
went out of bounds.
Yep.
Well, when we get back, it's going to be first and goal from the 4-yard line. But this is exactly the kind of momentum swing we were
Yep.
just saying.
And they get the ball back to start the second half, too. So
And New Bedford left too much time on the clock. I mean, they certainly let it roll.
Yeah,
they used 2.5 minutes in only a 60-yard field. That is a fairly short
Yep.
field. But they didn't get out. They still left too much time.
big play here for Durfee to get inside the 5 with about a minute to go. So I don't think they have any timeouts left, to be honest with you, Evan.
They've used about 5, so we'll see what happens. Ideally, you'd like to just get it in there on this first down.
Yeah,
And not waste too much time, but you also don't want to give New Bedford any opportunity to run any plays at all.
yeah.
So it's kind of a fine line here.
That's where they're dangerous if they decide to open it up and air it out. So
And DeBras certainly can do that.
let's see here.
So first and goal from the 4, the Hilltoppers lineup. Correa's on the far side, the only wide out who is available.
Oh, quarterback sneak.
Oh, how about that?
Touchdown.
Jaron Vieira runs it in from 4 yards out. And the Hilltoppers now trail 13-12.
Wow, very, very great play. Good ball fake, ran in untouched. Now he's going to kick the extra point. Hopefully they kick it this time.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. No one there.
No one there. Well designed. That's one of his first keeps of the game. I think he had one in the
for
first quarter.
The one for the first down they didn't give him.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the first down that never was,
Yeah.
right? Going for the tie here.
Ooh, high snap, good play.
Ball is up. The ball is
good.
good.
All right.
Tied at 13 with 53 seconds to play here before the half. So now the defense needs a couple of big stops.
Wow, what a nice drive. Big momentum turn for the Hilltoppers. I don't know if they can hold them for the last 53 seconds here. Go into halftime with the tie and get the ball back to start the second half.
Absolutely. You need a good kickoff here from Vieira because that's going to set the tone for this next drive. If it goes out of bounds like it did earlier, that won't be good. So Hilltoppers need a good kickoff and just a couple nice defensive stops to keep the Whalers at bay. 13 all with 53 seconds to play before halftime. The marching bands are warming up and getting ready for the halftime show.
Yep, you just don't want any mental mistakes here. Just want to get out of the half tied up and regroup for the second half.
And as we've seen all game long, Jordan Ross and Tyree Weston back deep for the Whalers. Vieira boots it away. That's a good kick.
About the 20.
It's going to bounce. Oh, and Ross breaks free. He's going to go one-on-one. Oh, boy, this is what we're talking about. Look at the run back. He's still in bounds. Colin Medeiros missed a tackle.
Oh, and a little chippy at the end of the play again.
Yep, Ross went right around him and up the sidelines. And the Whalers have great field position.
Wow.
Although they're marking him back just behind the 50.
Another nice run back. Nice blocks here on the outside. Boom, right here.
Missed tackle right there.
Yep.
That's 53. That was one of the captains, Martin Medine, and then
Colin Medeiros, number 1.
He couldn't catch up.
Yeah, he lost contain on the outside. That created a huge run back here. We're at midfield again.
First and 10 from the 49. DeBrat's going to pass.
Yep.
Wide open is Raposa.
Oh, hurdled right over him.
Yeah, landing on the back. That can't feel
No,
too good.
Nope.
If I'm Raposa, I go out of bounds.
Yeah,
Stop the clock.
the clock, yep. But first down stopped the clock as well. So
It did, but as soon as they're set, it's
Yep,
going to
they're
keep
gonna-
rolling.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I would have gone out of bounds. Now they have to spike it. See,
Yep.
just go out of bounds and
we
you
got
don't
a
have to worry
flag.
about it.
We got a false start in New Bedford too.
Instead of the leap and trying to be a hero, you get
Yeah.
out of bounds and just stop the clock.
Yep. It's a false start.
There you go. That's a 5-yard penalty. It does stop the clock, but it backs up the Whalers 5 yards.
On the 38.
We have 33 seconds on the clock. Whalers driving, pedal to the metal. Oh, the clock is rolling.
Yeah, once the clock was set again.
There you go. Because the penalty came before the spiked ball because they weren't set.
They're looking.
DeBras
Oh, he's
looking
got
downfield.
Raposo wide open.
And DeBras, they're trying to catch him. They cannot. That's incomplete.
He had Raposo wide open on a crossing pattern. Didn't see him. Good pressure by the Hilltoppers.
Corey
Force him out.
Pyers, the
Yep.
senior linesman, was coming in on him again. 13 seconds on what's going to be a second and long here. The incomplete pass stops the clock. This has been a hard-fought game. It has
It
not been
really-
a very clean game
No,
for either side,
no.
but it's been a hard-fought game, and that's why you're seeing some of these mistakes, I think.
Yeah, it's been entertaining as well. It's, you know, they're young guys out there. They're making some mental mistakes. It's the biggest game of the year.
Second and about 15. DeBras looking to pass. 10 seconds to play
He's
before
got
the
him
half.
across the middle.
Number 22 comes down with it.
Yep.
That
They-
is Macau King Jr.
Yeah.
It's going to be short of the first down.
They had another timeout. I don't know how many they get a half. It's got to be 7.
Well, if it is 7, I've lost count.
Yeah,
But if
it's-
it is 7, the Whalers hoping this is lucky number 7 and they can
He's
kick a
got
field goal with it.
ton. Long half though too, Evan. I mean, it's a good hour and 15 minutes in right now.
Wow. This game started at 10:15. It's 11:31. And we have some updates again from Conley. Let's see what we have.
He's got a
Oh, Pope John Paul, after 14-6, Conley grabbed another touchdown. Pope John Paul II grabbed their second to tie it with the 2-point conversion. It's 14-14 at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
wow. That's a surprise right there. Conley holding that high-powered offense down to 14 points after 3. Good for them. Our Ellsbury Street brethren.
They're the
They've done a nice job.
East Side rivals.
Oh, they've done a nice job with that
They have.
program. Kogler does an excellent job, former Hilltopper. You know, he basically took over that program from Mr. Sherman, and he's turned it around, done a nice job.
He has. If they win today, they'll set the season record for wins in a season for second year in a row.
Wow.
Record is 7. They went 7 and 4
Oh, he's
last
got
year. They're
Raposo.
going.
Yeah, he's
Going
got
for
him.
the touchdown. It's incomplete.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And that ends the half.
They got lucky. Wow.
Wow.
Nice defense. What a half. Great football, high school football. Nice job, both teams. Hopefully it'll be a little cleaner and quicker start the second half. But very impressed with the way the Hilltoppers came out and played here today, Evan.
Mike Correa saying incomplete. No flags. We got a 15-minute halftime. We'll have some great music provided by the marching bands. But at halftime, Durfee 13, New Bedford 13, all tied up on Thanksgiving Day. Everything that you could expect right now from Thanksgiving Day football, Mitch.
Yep, it's been a real competitive, entertaining first half. A little dirty and sloppy at times, but to be expected, and I look forward to an exciting second half to come.
Now let me ask you, as a former player yourself, what is going to be these meetings at halftime? What do you think the coach is going to be telling the players?
They're going to tell them they got to buckle up a little bit and be mentally tough and mentally prepared because this is the last half of the season, last half of a lot of these guys' football careers. So you gotta buckle it up and get your head on straight and come out ready to play in the second half.
Are a lot of changes usually made at halftime from your experience?
Well, I mean, at the high school level, it's more difficult to do that. You may tweak a few things, or if your coaches upstairs saw something, they'll relay it to the head coach. But for the most part, you just kind of stick to the game plan and let the game develop as it goes along.
Well, there you have it. The marching bands are setting up on the field. We're going to take a quick timeout, but we'll be back with the halftime show. You're watching Hilltoppers Football on Fred TV, Channel 9, Thanksgiving Day. We'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back. It's the halftime report here. We're joined by Chris from New Bedford Cable. Chris, give us a New Bedford take right now. We're tied at 13, and we've seen some sloppy play, but everybody's going no holds bar.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're coming in here obviously with a Thanksgiving tradition on the line. You got the kids pumped up. I think Taylor Brown's done a nice job, not coming here to be respectable, but here to, hey, we're here to win this ball game. And right now, I'm very impressed by their secondary, which I think has held up very well and forcing the Bros to really, have to come to the run game more than a passing game. And, he's thrown 18 touchdowns this season. He's looking to try to get more, but that secondary has done some good coverage. It's forced some sacks, forced him to roll out. He's had no real good look, so that's why they've gone to the run game, and that's when New Bedford has scored their touchdowns.
Yeah, that's something that Evan and I were talking about on air was the fact that they're really not going to the air as much as we thought they would, and that they're running between the tackles. And when he is dropping back to pass, he seems a little bit, not really.
Well, we've been known to see him go back and during the
just
season and scramble and find some holes. Durfee's inner line has done a good job of not allowing them holes, forcing them to go to the outside. Hasn't been there. And obviously, that big play on 4th down when Brooks came from the outside and really belted him there. But again, that's secondary coverage, and that's just a good job by the Durfee defense.
Yep. They're making him just sit back there, and, the defense is not giving him anything. So then he's scrambling. That's when he's dangerous, though, Chris. You know that. He gets outside the pocket, and, you can make big plays at any time.
And then the opposite end, you got to give Durfee credit on the offense when they've taken advantage of, 1, the turnover, and 2, obviously, the penalties. That big penalty at the end, when you just score, get a personal foul with 2:22 to go in the first half, and now you got to kick off at your 20 in high school football. That's big.
Huge.
So now you're talking 15 yards, and now they get the ball at midfield with 2:22 to go. Hey, you get a pass here and a pass there. You saw that broken play.
Right
man-on-man coverage with Kubik. He got by him. He went down the sidelines, and the next thing you know, they're in. So New Bedford's got to do a better job discipline in the second half if they want to come out here with a win.
Exactly what we said. It's the mental toughness and be prepared and don't make those mistakes.
That's the kind of game you want. I know you guys were talking about in the pregame. We talked about it. The Raiders have been talking about, hey, this is going to be a shootout. It's going to be one of those kind of games in the 50s, 48-42. Hey, right now, both defenses have stepped up and said, we don't want that to happen. Good for both of them, and that's just a tribute to, the extra preparation that you get after the playoffs and, throwing a little wrinkles in here and in there. And so give Taylor Brown and Mark DeBittle, both of them, good job of getting the defenses ready for the game.
Well, we did our predictions, before the game, and I think I was the only one out of everybody in this room to say it's going to be a low-scoring game. I picked Durfee 21-18.
Hey.
It's a low-scoring game right now.
Yeah.
We'll wait and see what
The only smart one probably in the bunch.
Yeah,
But no, right now it's looking good. You have to take the field into effect a little bit too. Obviously, if you're in Fall River, you're on a turf field.
Right.
Last night's rain doesn't really matter. No. Here, we've seen a little bit of some slipping. We've seen some different things like that.
It looks surprisingly good, though.
I was down there a little bit earlier.
Yeah, it was earlier,
It took a lot of rain in yesterday, but you can start to see, between the hash marks and that trenches area, you start to see some people slipping and falling down. So right now, this second half, it's anybody's ball game. It's whatever team doesn't really want to make the big mistake. Who doesn't want to make that big turnover? Who doesn't want to, give up that long break? Both teams are doing the smart thing of controlling the big player, like Career on your side, and obviously holding the Bros in the pocket more on our side. That's just the way they do it. And both teams are playing smart.
And New Bedford's done a great job on Career. They've rolled the safety up on him with the corner, so he goes nowhere without 2 guys on him. The whole game it's been like that, which, it's the smart thing to do because he is their playmaker for Durfee.
Well, that last play, he got the ball at 2:22. The first play that Vieira threw to him, that was the best play of the first half. Not like it was a back shoulder throw, but they knew the timing was perfect. It looked like just a regular throw play that you would see on a Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely right.
They did it well, and then obviously here in the flat, you had the one-on-one.
Yep, and he
busted
broke the
loose,
tackle,
and that's all you
it.
need to do. So right now, it's anybody's ball game. I'm looking forward to this second half.
Tell me, Chris, New Bedford's lost 5 in a row coming into such a big game. But they started pretty good. So what was, going down towards the end of the season, what was maybe the killer for them? What changed?
Well, I think more than anything else, and I talked with Mitch a little bit earlier, you start to play some of the bigger teams during the middle of the season. You start to get banged up a little bit more. Some injuries come in. You got to stop moving some people around. At the same time, it's not that you're getting, smoked by these teams, and you're in some ball games, 35, 28, 42, 30. Games like that, just not getting over the hump. Then you talk about turnovers, you talk about flags. All that seems to come around, and you're playing some really good teams.
Absolutely.
You're not playing, some real teams that you can kind of handle. You get your Newton Norths, your Attleboro's,
Brockton
some
twice,
big school,
yeah.
Brockton twice.
Yeah, Brockton twice. That's tough.
Going to the Super Bowl, Dartmouth Indians.
Right.
I mean, you're not playing some of the, weaker teams. You're out there banging every week, and sometimes them things happen. So they had that little lapse there where DeBrus maybe wasn't as efficient as he could have been on some times, and some different things go their way. But
In my opinion, when you lose your best player, I like Flugel. I think he's fantastic.
Yep.
And he hasn't played in 4 weeks.
No.
And he's still not 100%.
Right.
He's got a big club
Yeah,
on out there,
exactly.
and he's trying to go up and catch the ball.
But listen,
but
that would be like taking career away
Yeah,
from you.
yeah,
I mean, things
absolutely.
like that. And again, those seasons kind of come and happen. And yes, it has been 5 in a row, and that's probably haven't happened in a while. But at the same time, you got to live with it. You put people in different positions, and that's why you have like a 60-man roster. Let's say.
and that's the thing in high school is it's not the pros or college for that matter, where if one of your stars goes down, you just fill it in with someone
Correct.
else. You can't do that
Yes,
in high school.
it's a
So
different
if you
level.
lose one of your top, 5, 6 guys, it hurts. And if you have a couple of them out at the same time, this is what happens.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But it's not like they've given up. We talked to Mark DeBrittle, and he said our last couple of practices have been very good. But again, you're down because you've made the playoffs. You're in that system. You're in that format. You take the first loss with Newton North, and you're like, all right, well, we go to the losers bracket. Maybe we can get a couple, and then you lose again. So, yeah, it is deteriorating.
Yeah.
It's very kind of tough. So now you got to change the momentum and motivate it up again and say, hey, listen, it's Turkey Day. It's Thanksgiving tradition.
right.
We don't want to be that team that loses, because it comes back. And
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
let me tell you, them guys think about that an awful lot. So it sticks in their mind, and so the coaching staff tries to do a good job of getting back to, Thanksgiving football. And they had a week and a half to do it. So
Hey, there's 22 minutes left. Anything can happen.
That's correct.
I'm looking for an exciting second half myself. So
yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, it was like the first half and 13 all, and you look for the big play, and might be someone that's been doing it, might be someone not.
how many timeouts do they get in a half?
There is 5, and let me tell you, they used all 10.
I'll
in
tell
that
you,
first half.
I thought there was like 12 aside. How
it's-
many do they get?
it's 5 aside.
With the penalties and the timeouts, it felt like it went on forever.
Me and Joe were talking about that, and they do give a lot in high school football. And Durfee had used all 5 first, and then New Bedford used it right there at the end when they made that throw to Raposa to see if they could get in. But 10 were done.
Yeah, wow.
That's why it turns into a long morning. But
did.
we're tied at the half, and I'm looking forward to an exciting second half. This is great.
All right, well, Chris, thank you for joining us. I know you're going to get back to your part of the booth.
Yes,
but,
thank you very much for having me on, and obviously happy Thanksgiving to you guys, and good luck in this second half to you.
All
You
right,
as
and
well.
happy Thanksgiving
Thank
to you
you.
as well.
All right.
We'll be back with the second half right after this, so stay tuned to Fred TV Channel 9 as you see the New Bedford Whalers marching band is on the field. They'll be wrapping up shortly, and we'll have the final act here for Paul Walsh Field. Tied at 13, Hilltoppers and Whalers. Stay with us. Back here at Paul Walsh Field for the second half of the 2014 Thanksgiving Day football game between the Durfee Hilltoppers and the New Bedford Whalers, the 123rd meeting overall, and we are tied at 13 thanks to a late drive in the second quarter by the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, that was an impressive drive. The short kickoff after the personal foul penalty after New Bedford had scored, so we got the ball at about midfield and ripped off a nice little swing pass here right in front of us and ran down the sideline and enabled Durfee to set up for a winning run by the quarterback, Vieira.
So now, as we begin the second half, the Hilltoppers are going to get the ball because they kicked off to start the game. So they left with the momentum, and now they're going to hopefully keep the momentum and maybe try to pull ahead for their second lead of the game.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what Coach Brown had told the guys at halftime is, we have a good opportunity to go down get the opening kickoff for the second half and see if we can march it downfield and keep good things happening. You know, it's going to come down to whoever creates the least amount of mistakes, I think, in the second half here, Evan.
And we saw a lot of mistakes in that first half. So many penalties.
Bad penalties at bad times, you know. You know, the turnover along the sideline here with the penalty. A couple of bad calls with the officials. We thought we had a first down, didn't get it. But, you know, for the most part, it was kind of sloppy both sides of the ball, and we'll see what happens in the second half.
Well, if you are just joining us, we thank you for tuning in, and we hope that you'll stay with us because it's tied at 13. Anybody's game. Evan Massoud along with Mitch Lown, a former Hilltopper, and we're going to have the call for you here on Fred TV Channel 9. Once again, we want to thank our friends over at New Bedford Cable for providing us with the feed today. Some great footage and some, you know, we always appreciate the cooperation because we love to be able to bring this to the Fall River community when we're on the road. So.
Looks like we have, who do we have deep again?
Looks like Colby Cabral. He's usually in.
Is that Kobe?
Colby, I
And
think, on
Jay
the far
Souza,
side, and Jay
yeah.
Souza. You got it.
Can't see if it's 2 or 7, but yeah, it looks like Kobe.
The last time the Hilltoppers won on Thanksgiving was the fall of 2007. That was at home, thanks to a time-expiring touchdown pass from Ron Thomas. The last time the Hilltoppers won here, you have to go a year before that, my senior year, 2006, in the rain.
You're just a young guy, Evan.
I haven't lived through all the struggles.
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen seven New Bedford wins in a row here, so it hasn't been pretty for the Hilltoppers of late. We mentioned this crazy stat in the open. New Bedford has won 40 of the last 50 Thanksgiving Day games. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, I was part of one win back in my freshman year in 1983. Jeff Ponce, Bob Hargraves, Timmy White, Nick Salmon. Those guys was a great team. That was the last time that, you know, that was the first time they had won in 13 years.
Yeah.
That was back to Coach Frank Faraz's year, which was 72, I believe. So it's been long droughts here the last 40 or 50 years.
And Vieira with the quarterback keeper who will pick up a couple yards. If you go before 06, the last time the Hilltoppers won here was actually 2000. That was one of Taylor Brown's seasons as a Hilltopper.
That's the year they went to the
coach.
Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Yep. So Taylor knows what it's like to play here.
And win.
And win, that's right. He also knows what it's like to lose. And I think having that on both sides, we heard from him in the pregame show. And, you know, we're tied at 13. Both teams want it bad.
Yep, they do. Quarterback keeper again. Ooh.
Oh, he got leveled.
Yeah, he lost his footing and took a real good pop in the head there.
Carlos Ribeiro, number 7, making his presence known on the field, and that prevents the first down. It'll be 3rd and short. Take a look at this.
Yeah, he would have been very, very close to the first down. As it is, he's about a yard short, but just lost his footing.
You know, actually seeing that replay, I think Ribeiro was there after. It almost looked like Vieira was starting to take the slide to prevent the big hit.
Yep.
So actually good heads up there because you don't want to get injured, obviously. No. You know, there's still a lot of football to be played.
It's a big play right here to start the half.
3rd and about a yard, maybe 2.
And they got
the first down.
Nice.
Hilltoppers will move the chains, and Brian DeMello, he's been pretty quiet. The Whalers have really locked up the middle for most of this game, but DeMello gets through for the first down.
I'll tell you, he's not a very, very tall kid. He's only about 5'3", but 180 pounds. He packs a wallop. It's like a little fire plug out there.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he can definitely power those legs. One tackle, one player, one-on-one. It's not usually enough. So he's a strong running back, but as I said, he's been pretty quiet in this one. So we'll see if the running game can be maybe reestablished here for the Hilltoppers. So 1st and 10. Nearing midfield.
Fullback give again to Vieira. Nope, that was DeMello again, yep.
So they're sticking with the ground game. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah, get about 3.
As we said before the half as well, we've been getting some updates from our other 2 schools. Diamond was trailing New Bedford Folk 27-0 at the end of the 3rd after leading 14-8. The Bishop Conley Cougars are now tied, or were tied 14-14 at the start of the fourth quarter as well. So waiting for final scores from them. I'm sure we'll have them before this one is over, because that first half was very long.
It was.
We're going to hand it off to Eli Brooks.
No, he kept,
he kept it himself.
Yep. He does. He has a tremendous ball fake, I'll tell you.
Both quarterbacks, because I can't tell how many times they sold me on it.
Yeah.
It sure looked like they handed it off. They didn't.
Another third and long. It's going to be third and about 4 or 5.
The sun is out, 2 degrees up from game time, so 39 degrees.
We'll break the 40 mark. I'll be happy.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about outside, I mean inside.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, absolutely.
So the feeling, you're right. Now that we're standing up again, the feet, getting feeling back down, in the toes again. It's a good thing.
Here we go.
And then we're gonna have a timeout. Here we go.
No.
First timeout. Hilltoppers were not set.
Nope.
Taylor Brown calling for the timeout on a 3rd and 4. But actually, look at this. This drive has taken up almost 4 minutes of game time. So this third quarter progressing a lot faster than the first 2 quarters had.
And this is exactly what Coach Brown told me, before the game. What they wanted to do was control the clock, keep New Bedford's offense off the field. So a very good start to the second half of the Hilltoppers. They just got to convert here on 3rd and 4 and keep the ball moving, keep the drive alive.
It'll be, I think, a long 4. It looks a little more than 4. And now that everybody's set, we have wide receivers left and right. Going to pass. Down into the dirt. It was intended for Eli Brooks.
I think he would have been short anyway. He was right around that marker. But I think this is something where Durfee's probably going to go for it.
Kind of interesting. I thought that play call was interesting because you lined up with 3 wide receivers, and now their offense is heading off. So they're going to have to punt, and so the Whalers get their stop, just what the doctor ordered.
Always tough in high school is getting this snap back to the punter. So we'll see what happens. He's had a couple of iffy snaps. Good one there, yeah.
And that's a great punt. Look at that
good
one.
boot. He's going to go into the end zone. They're trying not.
Oh, what a shame. What an effort.
Yeah, what a great punt. Yeah. Good off a 50-yard bomb there.
That was a heck of an effort. I still can't see the jersey number, who that was. Was it 20?
Yeah, looks like it.
And that would be Desmond Sanders on special teams.
Yeah, he hustled down there to try to get the ball, pin the ball on the one, but
did
just
everything
rolled
he could.
in. Yep, absolutely. Beautiful kick by
Here's a
Vieira.
replay. He saw it bounce, and he just went full sprint ahead. Oh, you know what happened? He went.
Oh, it's number 80, actually.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, number 80.
Brendan Cuthill.
Yep.
The sophomore.
Yep, good hustle. That gets noticed by your coaches, too.
Absolutely. He wants to be on varsity next year as well. So, well, at the 20, though, this is probably the worst field position the Whalers have had.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Durfee will take the trade-off, and it's a run, maybe a 2-yard, 3-yard rush.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing they did in the first half, just trying to establish the run. A little off tackle to the left there.
So that was Moraes. He had a good first half.
He really did. I'm curious to see how many yards he had. He's going to be close to 100.
Had the touchdown. Still tied at 13. Whalers getting the ball after the stop.
The clock's moving. It's under 7 here. Oh, there's a pitch. Oh, the quarterback just got absolutely leveled.
Yep, and Moraes got taken down by Alex Benavides and Sakai Howard. Pretty.
That was Steve Souza, the sophomore for Durfee, number 45. He just put a lick on the quarterback for New Bedford.
And we're going to see that here.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And that was not a late hit because
Nope,
the ball was
clean.
just released. But that run gives the Whalers a first down across the 30. At the 31 is where the ball was spotted. So we have a fresh set of downs for the Whalers. Got to reposition here to look through the window.
Yeah, I know.
They fake the handoff to Ross.
Oh, he passes
Gonna pass it up the middle.
Oh.
Wide open was Manny Anuoa.
Just a very, very difficult pass to complete. He's running, throwing back across his body and just threw it behind him.
DeBras,
See, again, I think he's just indecisive when he's back there. I didn't know if he was, I think he was supposed to run the ball on that one, but pulled it back and threw it.
And they had
he was
wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open. He had the whole field.
Yep.
So that hurts. It brings up a 2nd and 10 because this was an incomplete pass. So the clock stops. 6 2:18 to play here in the third quarter, so almost halfway through. This one's really flown by. This time they will hand it off. They'll try to punch it up the middle, and Corey Pyers says, I don't think so.
The big guy in the middle stuffed it up.
Corey Pyers, the senior, 5'7", 265. Definitely a big presence there.
I think they're being kind with the 265, too. He's a big boy.
The Vince Wilfork of the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yep.
They're going to miss him next year, too.
Yeah, he is the line. I mean, look at that. He is a big boy. He's having turkey later, a couple of them, I think.
3rd and 7. I might have to as well because I'm starving. I can't wait.
Pass.
Gonna pass, and that's gonna be a first down. They left
Raposa
wide
open.
open.
Fumble!
The ball comes loose. Was he down, though? That's the question. I think the knee was down.
Yep.
And it's going to be
first down.
It will be New Bedford ball and the first down. They left him wide open.
Tell you, I'm impressed with Raposa too. He's a good ball player, very distinct. You know, he's got good instincts out there and solid too.
He's listed as a quarterback, and that's why we've seen he and DeBras trading off sometimes on some of the passes. You know, a few trick plays. He is listed as a quarterback, but he's got good hands. He can receive very well.
Yep.
So another first down for the Whalers. The Hilltoppers could not get the stop on that third down. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Whalers trying to get across onto Durfee territory, and Moraes will.
Oh, wow, nice run.
And he's tackled down.
There's a flag on the play too. Oh, a little chippiness again out there.
And that flag was in the back. I wonder if that's maybe a false start, because it came right as the ball was snapped. Could also be a hold. That's usually the two things you'll see. It's a hold on the offense, so that hurts the Whalers because they're going to get backed up 10 yards.
Going to push them back there. Penalties, Evan, penalties.
I know.
Killer. Got a nice drive going, picked up a good 5-6 yards, and now you're going to go back the other way.
And it's from the spot of the foul, from what I understand, because that's where they just picked the ball up. So it is from the spot. So it's going to be a 1st and 19 now, as we repeat first down. Spot of the foul came after a yard was gained. So 1st and 19, and that backs the Whalers up. So Hilltoppers with a lot of room now. Don't want any silly errors on their part because they have backed the Whalers up quite a bit.
You gotta watch this side of the field here. They're all stacked up with trips here to the right.
And DeBras is eyeing him.
Oh,
he's going to
nice
be sacked.
play
The
again.
Second sack by Brian DeMello.
Yep, they ran that corner blitz again. He just came in and took out DeBras.
That's what happens when you stack up one side. They saw it. They did it again. And look at this field. My gosh, it's going to be like 2nd and 28. My goodness. DeMello with another big play.
Yep.
And that brings up a 2nd and a mile.
He's just coming off the edge there on the right side and untouched for the 2nd time in this ball game. Beautiful play. 2nd and 27.
And now you almost have to be looking for the Hail Mary pass.
Well,
so the secondary's been good. We heard, Chris had mentioned that joining us at halftime. It has been very good. So Kai Howard and Colby Cabral have been outstanding today.
Yep.
And pressure coming again. They get the toss off to Moraes, who's going to grab about half the yards.
Yeah, he got a big chunk back, but it's still going to be 3rd and about 14, I think.
It is, but that was almost another sack. I think that was Steve Souza.
Again, the sophomore coming through there, and see, his job as the end on that side. He has the quarterback. His only job is the quarterback. He doesn't go for anybody else.
He had him that time too.
Now, where's the corner on that side? Because he's got the pitch man. I'm not quite sure, but Steve Souza, that's his job. He is the spy of the quarterback, and he did an excellent job again.
And Moraes grabbed back, as you said, we said half the yards. So you got 14 back, 14 to go on 3rd down, looking to pass. Lots of time for DeBras.
All day. Oh!
And it's incomplete once again.
That's the same.
Noah could not squeeze the hands on it.
Yep, that's the 2nd time.
And he was wide open again. So the Hilltoppers need to keep an eye on Anoa.
Yeah, wide open.
Because sooner or later,
he's going to get one and break it. That's it. New Bedford's got a punt here, so good defensive stand by the Hilltoppers, helped by the holding penalty, of course.
Penalties will kill you in this game. And now we're down to 2 minutes, or just over 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. So this one's gone by in the blink of an eye. Been a very fast quarter. We have another update from Bishop Conley. It could be a final score. Bishop Conley has defeated Pope John Paul II, a major upset.
Get away
2
from
weeks
it.
in a row. They
Wow.
beat Pope John Paul II.
Good for them.
26-20. Conley breaks their single season record for wins. 8-3 they will finish. What a season for Justin Kogler's Bishop
They won.
Conley Cougars.
They won. Yep, excellent.
26-20. How about that?
Yep. Congratulations to the Cougars.
I have to be honest, I was picking the Lions. I didn't think you could keep them quiet 2 weeks in a
Yeah,
row.
I mean, that's a
they
great
did
job.
a heck of a job. That's fantastic.
Well, New Bedford got off a real good punt there. It's a pin the Hilltop is inside the 20, so.
So Durfee will have to do it the hard way with under
That's
2 to
it.
play here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 18. They started to establish a bit of a running game in that last drive. We'll see if they can do it here. They go with the run.
Yep, picked up a couple. I'll tell you though, that ball fake by Vieira, you got to watch him because I thought he had it, but he actually handed it off that
In this
time.
case, it would have been good. He
Yeah,
had he
there
had
was
that
no
far
one there.
side
I know.
open. So it's a gain of about 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8
This
from
is
the 20.
exactly how Coach Brown wanted this second half to start. I can guarantee you that. Durfee's had the ball a good chunk of it. They held New Bedford, punts by both sides, and this is only the third possession of the third quarter.
Mike Correa on the far side. He's one-on-one with, looks like Jordan Ross. Cabral is in motion. Taps Vieira, says go. Vieira has the ball. He's going to slide. He might be just shy of that
Keep
first down.
running.
Take the hit
That's it.
and get the first. I don't think he got there.
No,
He started his slide too soon, I think.
He's about about a yard, I guess.
Actually, that's a good spot.
Yeah, they're gonna measure.
You know, it's tough to be an official because we're up here in the booth,
Yeah.
but I have to say the spot of the ball today has been pretty inconsistent.
Yeah, it's been iffy.
You know, it really.
And that's what Coach Brown's telling Vieira on the sidelines right now.
And they're going to measure. Let's see. You see it on your screen
I'm
here.
gonna say he's about a half a yard short.
And that's a killer, especially if Durfee gets stopped here on 3rd down. Inches.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't make it up.
Nah, nope.
We've said this all along. So if you don't slide and
Yeah.
you run into a wall, another player, you might have the first down, but you
That's
might be
right.
hurting.
Yeah, but you know you got to sacrifice a little bit, especially now. You know, what do you got to lose?
Well, the quarterback sneak
It worked well the last time. so-
technically worked, but
Yeah.
the spot was bad from our vantage point.
without question.
And we'll see if maybe they go for it again and give it another shot. I mean, this is about as close as you can get. Less than the length of a football.
We're under a minute, so once they spot the ball, and the clock will start ticking again. So
And we'll be in the
And
fourth
here it
quarter.
is.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
What a
it flew
fast
by.
third quarter. We
Yep.
have 40 seconds now on the clock before we head to the fourth quarter, the final act here in New Bedford. Lining up very tight, so we're
they're
probably going to punch it up the middle. It might even be a quarterback sneak
yeah,
with
they're
Vieira.
packing it in too.
And that's a first down.
Yep, a nice play. Ran just a little off guard. Didn't go right over the center. Went over the right guard for the first down. So nice
Vieira
play.
taken down right at about the 30-yard line for the first down. The clock will keep rolling once they move the chains. And they may be able to get one more play.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
That's the benefit with having to move the chains. They're talking in the huddle now, getting
Yeah.
the play ready. So they can line up and get the ball off before the fourth quarter begins.
Yep.
20 seconds. We'll see if they wait. Vieira is running towards the huddle with 15 seconds now.
I don't think it's. I don't think they're in that much of a hurry because they do have the wind in their face too. So if they
Yep.
spin it around, they're going to have the wind.
They break
at
the
their
huddle
back,
with
so
5 seconds.
They're not going to get it.
They're not going to get it off. So no, we'll switch sides and we'll be going left to right. Now there's a flag.
They
Did
called
they
a
just-
delay a game.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Wow, that's see there we go.
How do you
again.
miscalculate that?
Yeah, that's they had 27 seconds when they started the clock. It's a 25 second play clock. So there you go. There's your penalty.
Taylor Brown not happy.
No.
And there's going to be 1 second on the
Yeah.
clock, so they're going to have to run a play. Oh, there we
That's
go.
it, yep.
They wind it up. Now it rings. Mistakes. We talked about this, right? How many different little mistakes?
Little confused at the end there.
So the Hilltoppers now, after getting the first down, they get backed up 5 yards. And with 11 minutes to play in the game, we'll switch sides. The fourth quarter, we're still tied 13-all here on Thanksgiving Day. This is it, Mitch.
It's it. A surprisingly quiet third quarter, both teams. They moved the ball effectively. They just couldn't punch it in. So let it all hang out here in the fourth. That's, you know, somebody's got to come up with a big play here, whether it's offense or defense for the Toppers. So we'll see what happens. They got to stop having these mental mistakes, though.
Absolutely. Got to say, though, I think that the Hilltoppers looked much better here in the third quarter, and I'd have to say that they won the quarter, if you can say that without any points.
Yeah,
I think they outplayed New Bedford.
I agree. They controlled the clock. They kept the high-powered offense of New Bedford off the field, which is key, and that was Coach Brown's game plan going in. So see if they can keep it going and maybe score some points here in the fourth.
Quick team meeting here. Both sides meeting in the huddle before we begin this final quarter.
Again, one thing to keep in mind, too, is Durfee now has the wind at their back. So if it did come down to, you know, maybe a field goal try at the end, that could benefit them.
It certainly could. So we're just about ready to get this one back underway.
First and 15,
First
though.
and 15, you got it. First and long. Vieira directing traffic, sending Eli Brooks to the far side. We have Mike Correa on this side. I think Colby Cabral is here as well. Instead, they're going to hand it off. There's a flag right on this near side as well.
He didn't get off the field in time.
Too many men?
Yep, too many men in the field.
Jeez.
Eli Brooks just did not hustle off the field. Nope. Yeah. He never got off the field.
It's not been a clean game.
Mental,
it really has not.
There's another mental mistake for you. So yep.
Another 5 yards. It's going to be first and 20.
Yep.
And it's hard to overcome those. We just saw the Whalers have to do the same thing. It was a little more than 20, but still.
You can't keep backing yourself up like this if you want to win the game. No, he just didn't hustle off the field.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Those are the things that coaches also notice.
And he's a junior too, so you gotta bust your tail to get off. If you have too many guys on there and you're the last guy, you gotta bust your tail to get to the sideline.
Yep.
And that didn't happen. He was jogging.
It did not happen. Another error, mental error, backs up Durfee to the 20, right about where they started this drive. They need 20 yards to gain the first down, all the way at the 40-yard line. So,
you know, don't try to get it all back at once. Just get some chunks, you know.
Got to chip away, but I do think that you may see some passes here because I think you're going to have to. Going to make some changes now. Sakai Howard coming out. It looked like Eli Brooks was back in.
Yep, he is back in. You got trips to the right, all left.
So then I'm going to say look to the left for somebody to break. What do we have now? A timeout? Officials waving their arms. It's like an official's timeout here. Looking towards the scoreboard, I wonder if there's an issue with the
clock.
With the clock, yeah. And that's the other problem, you know, in high school, like we don't have, obviously, the wireless mic systems and a speaker to know, say, how much time should be on the clock if there's a discrepancy. Got to do it the hard way and come over and yell.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
The officials signaling up here toward the box.
You see them on your screen right here, the close-up. We probably have a better view on the monitor than you do in real life just because of the distance. A little bit of confusion here at Paul Walsh Field. We got it all on Thanksgiving Day. Penalties, turnovers, tie game.
Clock issues.
Clock issues, oh yeah. Well, Okay, we're
Yep.
hearing it should be 10:31. There was 10:26, and so it should be 5 more seconds added to the clock. We appreciate the New Bedford coordinator that just opened the door to the press box
Yep.
to let us all know what's going on.
Yeah, they just relayed it to him from the field on the headsets, and
Yep.
he came down and let us know.
So now I'm sure Durfee had some questions for the lineman on the far side, but now we're all good.
Yep.
Vieira's back with, as you said, trips to the right of him. He's looking
Rolling
that way.
out.
Pressure's coming. He's going to get it off, and it is going to be. Actually, I thought that might have been incomplete. Did he actually
No,
scoop
he
it?
caught it, yeah.
Scooped it at the line.
He picked up maybe 2.
That is correct.
1, yeah.
Maybe a yard and a
yeah,
half.
so he got 2nd and 19.
Clock will continue rolling, though, because it was a completed catch.
Yep. Well, they gave him 2 yards.
Steve Souza coming out, back into Sakai Howard. And Sakai's had a quiet game.
Yeah, he has.
But he's going to that far side now with Correa.
And Flugel's got him on the other side.
Yeah, so we got 2 wideouts left and right. They hand the
Nice.
ball off. I am surprised to see that.
Very surprised.
And
Well-
there's no gain there.
Nope. So now you're 3rd and long, so now you're
Now
going to
you
be
have
passing.
to pass, exactly. I would have liked to see a pass on that 2nd down play. There's a new chance that you can open up the middle for a run on 3rd down, but now they don't have a choice. More changes. Howard coming back out. Number 15, that's Viguera, the quarterback. So he just came back with the play call. And Steve Souza back in. So that was a 1 and done for Sakai Howard. Another completely different formation here. Wideouts on the left side.
Yep.
Pressure is coming. The ball is loose.
Steve Souza recovered it.
There was no sack because the ball came out right there. Steve Souza somehow was able to scoop it.
Yeah. He paid the price for it, though,
He
too.
did, but you know,
Nice play by the sophomore.
instead of the Whalers taking over in the red zone, Hilltoppers left a
Kicking
punt from the end zone.
Oh, Jesus.
But I still think that's better.
This is what scares me.
Yeah, Moraes and Anoa back at the 50. That's another great punt. Goes out of bounds near the 40-yard line of New Bedford, and there's a late flag back here.
Wow. A 40-yard punt. That was another great job
Jaron Vieira getting it done,
with his foot, his arm. Nice.
but now another flag. We'll see what happens. I didn't see any players in the vicinity of where that flag was thrown, so I'm a little perplexed here. We'll wait for the call.
Personal foul.
On the receiving team,
Wow.
Durfee gets a break. A personal foul is going to back up New Bedford. Should be another 15 yards to where the ball
Absolutely.
went out of play.
Yep.
You said that
I'd like to see where that was.
it
Obviously,
was,
we were
near
looking.
Mike, it was near Mike Correa on that
Yeah.
far side.
I mean, we were watching the ball, but I didn't see it. I mean, that's just a stupid play by New Bedford. You're not
Yeah.
even involved in the play, and you're going to take a 15-yard personal foul penalty. That's going to back them up inside the 25. Wow.
I think that we've easily seen maybe 200 yards in penalties.
Oh, it's got to be close.
because this is
You've had 4 personal foul penalties. There's 60 yards
Yeah.
right there. You've had the holds. Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
we've got to be.
We're definitely
you're up
over
there.
100. We're close to 200,
Yeah.
and that, you know, again, I think that also shows that the rivalry is there.
Yeah.
And the pressure is there. The adrenaline is pumping. You're tied. So essentially, this is a nothing game.
Yep.
Right? With less than 10 minutes to play. New Bedford's going to have a long field here. DeBras
Oh, he slipped.
the lateral. He
Yep.
gets it off to Moraes. Moraes is going to be taken down in the backfield.
Oh!
So
The ball
there is
came
a
free,
loss.
too. And the ball came out.
Well, there's a loss of yardage, so the Durfee D was there on that one for sure. Almost a sack. DeBras fell.
Yeah,
He got
look,
it to Moraes. He
getting
didn't get. He just shook his arms up like, what's going on? He wasn't happy. A
getting
loss of a yard.
Getting slippery out there.
We
There it
said
is,
that
just
might
lost
happen
it.
as
Yep.
the sun comes out. Taken down
And
in the
ball
back.
came out, so.
So 2nd and 11 now. But more importantly, with the running game, the clock continues to wind down. 8 minutes to play in this one.
New Bedford coming out trips to the left.
I don't know if I can stomach overtime. Literally, I'm starving. Almost picked off.
Oh, my goodness.
Almost picked off by number 57. That was Corey Storer. So close. We've seen a lot of close.
That's twice that he's had his sights on an interception and hasn't come up with it. But great play by the Durfee defense again. They're not giving him anything in the passing game. New Bedford's been more effective running the ball, which surprisingly to me because of their potent air attack.
Yep, and now on 3rd and 11, Hilltoppers cannot allow a first down here. You've stopped them twice.
Yep.
You need to stop them here on this one. That's why New Bedford with the timeout, they know how big this play is now.
This is a huge, huge play in the game because if Durfee can hold them, New Bedford will be punting from deep in their territory, and Durfee will be getting the ball hopefully around midfield.
And, you know, to that point, too, New Bedford really has not punted as much as Durfee.
No.
And I think Vieira, he's gotten better as the game's gone on.
Yeah, he's been their MVP today with his foot, surprisingly enough. But he's got off some good punts.
He has, and you know the passing game, the Whalers have pretty much taken that away from Durfee as well. So we've seen a lot of incomplete passes for both sides, and the only turnover in the game has been that fumble early on by New Bedford,
which was huge.
That changed things dramatically for Durfee because you're basically negating the kickoff. So here we go, 3rd and 11. A huge spot here for the Hilltoppers. There's some shuffling, a little bit
big
of
time.
Unsettled. Oh, that's a low snap too. Gonna pass on 3rd and long, and DeBross is gonna get the pass off. It's incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Intended for number 22.
Wide open again.
Macau King Jr.
Wide open in the middle of the field, but good pressure by the Durfee defense there. Prevented them from, unbelievable.
And I don't think you can say that the reason they're not catching this is because the ball's wet, because DeBross is getting the pass off, and the pass looks fine. It's not wobbling, doesn't slip out of the hand. You see it on the replay. Look at that. Beautiful pass.
Just behind them a little bit. Yep, wide open. Just behind them.
The Whalers have to punt with 7:47 to play in this game. Again, we're tied at 13 here on Fred TV Channel 9. 2014 Thanksgiving Day football coverage. That's a high punt, and it's barely going to make it to the 50.
This is very, very advantageous for Durfee. They're going to have the ball inside the 50, going in about the 45-yard line.
Need a sustained drive here.
I think the wind had a little bit to do with that as well. You got it up there.
I think you're right. Unfortunately, the flags are not waving, but it's always windy on the field regardless.
I mean, that thing was up there for a while. Went out of our line of sight. We're up pretty high, so.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a rainbow arcing kick, and it didn't go any farther than the 45.
Yeah, only about 20 yards.
So 1st and 10 for Durfee. Almost an offsides there. They had the defensive line jumping. Eli Brooks
hold on to that ball. Wow, that thing was out there.
Got to have 2 hands on the ball when you get tackled like that.
Yep.
Couple yards on the gain, on the carry. The clock will continue to roll with the running play.
Clock should be under 7 after they run this play, so time management is going to be very, very important now coming down to the final moments here.
We don't want any delay of games either.
No.
2nd and 7 with exactly 7 to play. Colby Cabral in motion. They get it to Brian DeMello.
Wow.
DeMello with
nice
the spin move, the carry, and the first down.
Did you see him holding on to the ball? Both hands. No, you can't get at it. Not going to knock it out. No, not on that.
Great carry from DeMello, who, again, we've said this over and over again. He's been pretty quiet, but he can be a game changer in a hurry.
Had a great game on defense. Let's see if we can turn it around and get it on the offensive side.
That's right, 2 sacks. Look at, runs into the wall, spin moves, and says, I'm going.
Durfee looks very, very confident right now with what they're trying to do on the offensive side here. So I look for them to just keep running it and pounding it.
Well, we've seen so many different players contributing, and right from the get-go, Taylor Brown said this season was
there's
about
the quarterback.
Jaron Vieira keeps it. He slides to a stop after a gain of about 8.
Nice.
But Coach Brown told me pre-season, because I stopped by practice to talk with him and a couple players, and he said right from the start, and the players echoed the same thing, this is all about team. It's not about one person's stats or how many touchdowns an individual gets or how many sacks. It's about what the team does collectively. And I really think that through wins and losses, because there's been some games that they've looked terrible.
Yep.
The 42-0 game to Brockton.
Yeah, he also echoed that to me.
But overall, though, this has been a team, a true team. Second and short. First down and more. Brian DeMello.
There he goes. He's in. Touchdown.
Touchdown for the Hilltoppers.
Holy cow. What a run.
Brian DeMello
the
from
sideline
22 yards out.
Sideline is losing it over there. Wow, what a run.
And look at the New Bedford sideline. We can see them from here.
Wow, shocking.
19-13, the Hilltoppers have retaken the lead. They opened the game with a lead after scoring the first touchdown of the game. Vieira will try to make it a 7-point game. Cabral will hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
Wow.
20-13. Durfee leads, but 5:44 on the clock. There's a lot of football to be played, folks.
Lot of time left. Unbelievable run. Just a great second effort. Once he had the initial contact, he burst through. Watch this. Boom. Gone. What a run.
And he still could not be tackled.
No, what a run.
That was Raposa trying to tackle him the second time. So if Durfee gets the ball back, we don't know what's going to happen from here defensively, if the Whalers are going to get down the field and score and answer this. But Durfee's running game just came alive here late in the fourth quarter. That's a good sign.
Yeah, credit the offensive line for that. They really opened up the holes, and they got the ball moving for the Toppers. Need a good kickoff here, too, as well.
That's for sure. And as I said, Vieira's gotten better. It's 5:44. Jaron Vieira will kick it off. A low line drive that'll, it's a live ball. There we go. Picked up at about the 20. And Raposa, is that Raposa with it, I believe? Or it might have been Moraes, number 25.
Yeah, 24. There was Tyree Weston.
Oh, there you go. Yep. My bad. So Weston gets it back a little more than 10 yards. Actually, you should say about 16 yards.
Yeah.
That's a good run back.
Okay, this is where Durfee's defense has got to come up big.
There's Taylor Brown. He's fired up.
Yep, and he's yelling to the troops now. Just keep it going.
I mean, he had the toughest job out of anybody to come in after back-to-back losing seasons. The pressure was on for whoever took over this team.
Screen.
It's a screen.
Oh, they snuff it right out.
Going nowhere.
Absolutely.
Stopped in the backfield.
Beautiful. Durfee's defense has come alive here in the fourth quarter. Big stop after big stop.
And Mitch, so have you.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
Your inner Hilltoppers coming out right now. You want to be on the field, don't you?
Oh, man, this is great. It's exciting.
Oh, man.
Happy for the kids.
I know, it's been a long time since Durfee's won, but again, now coming up on 5 minutes, there's a lot of time.
Oh, too much. You can't look ahead. You got to take it play by play.
Absolutely. I just sent a message again to Diamond to see if we got a final score again. The Bengals were trailing 27-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. Conley has won 26-20.
Oh, you got him!
And we got a sack in the backfield.
Steve Souza, don't dance and get a penalty.
Third sack. Yeah, be careful because he's looking right at the official as he's dancing around.
Yeah, let's act like we've been there before, guys.
Those Durfee sidelines have come alive.
Oh, yeah.
The fans are cheering. I've never seen the New Bedford sideline so quiet right now.
No.
The stands on the left side of us, which obviously you can't see on your screen, but they're completely empty. And to the right of us, they've started to empty out a bit too. And Steve Souza is still celebrating.
Yeah.
He's got to stay calm.
Yeah.
He's got to stay calm. All right, so he's going to get calls for he's going to get called for something if he doesn't chill out.
He's fired up.
3rd and 20. Hilltoppers trying to get the ball back. DeBras has a lot of time.
He can have his lunch back there. Oh, he's got Flugel.
It's a 15-yard catch.
Uh-oh. Well, it could be a flag here.
No, Flugel came right out of it. No dice, but no dice.
Wow.
But it was about a.
He could have had his lunch back there in the pocket. He had all sorts of time.
Look at this offensive line doing their job.
Yep, no penetration by Durfee. Now he just gets outside the pocket a little bit. Nice ball. Flugel does a nice job of getting open down the sideline. He did what every quarterback wants your receiver to do, is find the open spot. So now, basically, this could be the ball game.
It's a 15-yard pickup. They need 5 yards on 4th down here. Durfee getting loud. Taylor Brown is being the biggest cheerleader right now for the Hilltoppers.
Yep, pass.
Gonna pass. It's
incomplete.
It's incomplete.
And look at the sidelines for the Toppers.
The Hilltoppers will take over in New Bedford territory with just over 3.5 to play. It's not over, folks.
No, it's not. Still a lot of time left.
But the Durfee D comes up big. Take a look at the replay.
Wow.
The pass was tipped.
Yep. 57 again. He's been all over the ball.
Corey Storer.
Yeah. Senior. Had a nice job on defense today.
Still sipping my coffee.
And
now it's turned to iced coffee.
No, that's frozen coffee.
Still sipping the coffee, and it's cold. It started boiling hot, now it's cold. But if you're Durfee, it's all good right now. Timeout for the Hilltoppers. And you know what? I really like that call because I know there's a lot of excitement, a lot of adrenaline.
You got to calm them down a little bit.
And you got to keep people calm.
Yeah.
You got to keep the team calm. And look, you got 3.5 minutes to play. Don't do anything silly.
Yep.
Don't commit any, as you said, stupid penalties.
This is where
we've seen a lot of bad penalties today.
This is where the coaches have to reel these kids in because let's face it, they're 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. And they're excited, so.
And most of them,
you got to contain it a little bit.
Until this season, hadn't seen a win.
Yeah, that's right.
So, so here we go. 1st and 10 from about the 43.
And you know Durfee's just going to grind it and hopefully pick up a few first downs and let the clock run. But New Bedford has timeouts, and they're taking them right now.
Yep, 3 seconds taken off the clock.
You just let New Bedford burn their timeouts, but you also want to get that key first down because once you have that, the game's pretty much over.
You have to. You cannot afford a 3 and out because then there would be too much time on the clock for New Bedford. So
again, they haven't really moved the ball in the second half. Durfee's defense has been the story. It's been tremendous.
The road has been the Hilltoppers'
Well,
friend.
they have career on one-on-one out there. Not that they're going to throw it, but.
Nope, they hand it off again, and it's maybe a couple yards.
It's going to be 3rd and 5. New Bedford called another timeout. So that's going to be what, timeout number 4? So if they get 5.
It's definitely 3.
Yeah, all of that. But I think they burned one earlier in the half, if I'm not mistaken.
Now that play took, and this is what's interesting, the first play took 4 seconds. This one took 8 seconds before the timeout. We're going to watch that clock.
Yeah. Well, we are at New Bedford, so I'll keep an eye on the scoreboard operator. He's right in front of me. Just kidding, guys.
I'm not going to touch that one. I'm not going anywhere. I told you, your inner Hilltop is coming out right now. 3rd and about 5. To your point, scoreboard says 36.
Oh, my God. I thought he lost the ball. I don't understand that call.
No.
New Bedford's getting the ball back with a boatload of time, and they just burned probably their 4th time out of the half, I believe.
New Bedford only lost 19 seconds off the clock in that turnover.
Yep.
And, I mean, what do you do? This is the in-between location on the field. Do you punt? Or do you just try to go for it and get a few yards?
I punt it and try to pin them in there down around the goal line.
I think at this point that's probably the best decision. I think if you're still tied, you're going to
You
go
don't want to lose it on downs on the 45, on the 40-yard line. You want to punt this ball and try to pin them deep. as deep as you can. Even
Yeah.
if you kick it into the end zone, they're still got to go 80 yards if they take the ball out to the 20. So
That's true, because the defensive stop on fourth down gives the
And
Whalers
that's-
all the momentum.
And that's what they're doing. They're going to have Vieira line up, and he's done a heck of a job kicking the ball today. As I'm stuttering because I'm freezing. Yeah, they've done a
You
nice
want some
job.
of my coffee?
They've done a nice job after that first punt of the game where we had the bad snap. Every other snap's been right on, and I just jinxed them.
Well, you know what? It looks like, well, there's wood around here anyway. There's a high snap.
Yep. Oh, nice kick.
That is a good kick. They're going to let it drop
At the 20.
right at the 20. So just as good as if it went in the end zone.
So they got just over 3 minutes on the clock and 80 yards to go with one timeout left. So,
A lot of time.
yeah. But with that one timeout, it's they burned through them to get the ball back. So now they have the ball back, but with no timeouts.
Well, the good news from Diamond is that the Bengals did find the end zone. The bad news is they lost 34-6. So the Bears, once again, showing their toughness on Thanksgiving Day, taking care of the Bengals at Diamond. That's their, I think, their fourth or fifth in a row over Diamond on Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
So they've dominated over the last 2 years. Gonna run it.
Very surprised by the play call.
I think the Hilltoppers were as well, because I don't think they were ready.
No,
That's about a 7-yard pickup.
but I'm very surprised that they had to that they ran the ball with the short clock that they have. But
Exactly,
they
because it's still rolling.
and they picked up seven positive yards. So
Officially giving them 8. They're going to pass on 2nd and 2, and it is
incomplete. That's a big hit.
Sakai Howard says, I don't think so.
No, that's a great hit.
3rd and 2. And remember, each play right now is 4 downs.
Yep.
So, or should I say each set of downs
Yeah.
is going to be 4 downs
Yep.
for the Whalers at this point in the game. So, third
Here
and
we
2
go.
coming up after the incomplete pass. That stops the clock, so that's also beneficial for New Bedford. Despite not getting the first down, they get the consolation prize, and that is
Yep.
the paused clock.
There we go. I'd watch Flugel here on the outside.
He has been quiet. They run it, and there's a flag.
Yeah, false start.
I think they've
Pushing
targeted
back.
Flugel, what, maybe twice?
Yeah, once on the long pass, and
You said he's still hurting.
yeah, I mean he's got the big club on his hand. It's all taped up. Kind of tough to catch the ball with one hand. So
That's a 5-yard penalty on 3rd down. Taylor Brown directing traffic. You can see on the
Oh, yeah,
far
he's-
left of your
yep.
screen again. He's about as into it as you can get right now on the sidelines. Making sure everybody's where they should be, keeping everybody focused, because he knows just as well as we do that 228, 227 is a lot of time.
it sure is.
But 5 yards pushed back are the Whalers as the clock continues to roll. 3rd and 7 coming up. It was 3rd and 2. The penalty backs him
he's-
up. So 3rd and 7.
Oh,
Gonna pass.
no, it's a legal motion procedure, whatever you want to call it.
Raposa goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's coming back though. You got a legal procedure.
I didn't even see the flag get thrown. Wait and see what
Nah,
happens.
Offsides, Durfee. Yep, offsides on the toppers.
And I think that was enough for a first down, so
Yeah, it
my
was.
guess
They're
it's
gonna
going to be declined. It was enough, so they grabbed 10 on that play. Whalers moved the ball. They got out of
and he
bounds.
got out of bounds.
It stopped the clock with 2:04 to play.
2 minutes here.
That's a confidence booster right
Yep.
there.
Just can't let them get behind the defense.
No, because DeBras can air it out.
Yeah, he can.
They've kept him quiet. I mean, he's made quite a few passes. There's also been quite a few that have been incomplete, tipped away, nearly picked off. And we have not seen a touchdown pass yet from the star quarterback here in New Bedford.
Low
Another
snap
low
again.
snap. That was to Raposa. Now it's going down the field to number 22, and there is no contact.
Oh, another penalty.
That's in the back. But that pass was intended for Macau King Jr.
We got a
Mike Correa doesn't look too happy.
15-yard
not the time
No, it's
for personal fouls. Hilltoppers lose 15 yards here. Oh, man.
I think that was on Steve Souza, number 45.
Oh, Mike Correa was there, too, and he was not happy.
I think he was unhappy with his teammate.
That's a shame. So 15 yards, the Whalers will take advantage now. We haven't seen Durfee make as many mistakes as the Whalers, and now
Midfield almost, and minute 57 on the clock. A little momentum on the side of the Whalers here.
well, we've seen 2 penalties by the Hilltoppers on this drive, and I think they're getting a little too aggressive. No gain on the play.
Yeah, he had some open room, and he just lost his balance and went down.
So 2nd and 10, no gain.
And that's New Bedford's final timeout. It's got to be.
It's got to be. As you said, I for some reason, I trust Chris, but
Yeah.
5 just, it seems like it's been more than that in
Yeah.
both halves. It really does.
Well, here we go, talking about what we started at the beginning of the half. Keep the penalties down.
Yeah, and
Play
it's-
smart football.
The
And-
Whalers were not doing that early.
And
now
now
it's the
Durfee's.
Hilltoppers.
Yep, it really, I mean, it's uncanny how it's happened in the progression that it has, because New Bedford wasn't playing good football at the beginning of the half, and now Durfee has made a couple of real dumb penalties coming down the stretch.
You know, and a timeout is beneficial, I think, for both sides here.
Oh,
Because obviously for New Bedford they had to, but for Durfee, Taylor Brown gets to talk to his team once again.
Yep.
On 2nd and 10.
Oh, he's good all
DeBras with a ton of time, goes up the middle. It's a first down. He gets King Jr. that time across the 40. They'll move the chains. Once they're set, the
Yep.
clock will roll.
Coming down to the end, Evan.
And here we go. Well, for the Hilltoppers, at least they're leading. That's their consolation prize in all of this.
Another bad snap.
And it's incomplete. You know, the clock wasn't even rolling when that was snapped.
No.
Clock should have been rolling before they even snapped the ball.
It just went off. Oh,
That looks
he went
like-
down. That's Raposa. That's
Raposa's
down.
hurting. Oh,
I think he landed on his shoulder. That's what
Yeah.
it looked like.
I'm not sure who was defending him, but whoever was from the Hilltoppers as well went down on him. So that added weight as well. I'm not sure if we'll see a replay on that or not, but
You got Coach Brown out there telling his guys just to keep it together out there.
yeah, absolutely. Got it. Here's the replay on this. The quick pass. That was Brian DeMello. We
Yeah.
know he hits hard.
Yeah,
He landed right on him.
right on his shoulder.
Might have been even, he landed on the back of Raposa's legs as well. There's no lip, so yeah,
That's
it's
his
probably the
shoulder.
shoulder. But he's up, no worse for wear. No worse for wear. Hey, you know, it's,
So he's going to miss a snap anyway, which
Yep.
is good for Durfee. Hope he's all right. Seems to be. A little shaken up maybe.
going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 95 seconds in the game.
All right, this is where you got to watch out for some little screens out here to the backs.
Another low
low
snap.
Yep.
Oh, great minds think alike.
Oh, what a catch.
What a catch is right.
Wow.
That's going to move the chains again. That was
Goodness.
number 20. Felix Plant.
Yep. That was a heck of a grab.
He's been quiet in this one until now. Clock is rolling. The ball is snapped.
Oh, he's
to
going
the
for
far side.
Flugel.
Mike Correa is not looking. It's incomplete. So close.
Oh, that could have been interference.
Hunter Flugel
He
did
has
not come down with it. Correa looked at the last second, and I think that's what turned it
saved
away.
him. I'll-
Let's see the replay. He turned at the very last second,
Wow.
and I think that's what bought it.
Yep.
And that's all.
Great
I mean, that's as
defense.
simple as you got to do
Yeah,
it, though.
yeah.
We see the NFL players make that mistake.
Yep.
All you got to do is
Turn
turn and look for the ball.
ball.
It's fundamentals.
Yeah.
And Correa did it, albeit the last second. He was playing with fire there,
Yeah.
but he did it the last second.
2nd and 10. There it is.
Ross
Good
is gonna
snap
pass
that time.
again.
Oh, he's got
Pressure is
Raposa.
coming. He's going to get it up.
We
There's
got a
flag.
hold right there,
There's
number
a hold
28.
on the Whalers.
Yep, that's coming back.
It is coming back for sure. That was clearly a hold because if Souza was not held, DeBross was going to be in the grass, and that's where the hold came. So that should be against the Whalers. It is indeed. 10-yard penalty, 2nd and 20 coming up.
See, it's huge mistake by the Whalers. They just, both teams killing themselves with these penalties.
Yep. And I think we got to be close to 200 now in penalty yards.
Well over, well over. I mean, that was just blatant. I mean, it was right in front of us. I mean, he made no attempt. He just held him.
We got 1:12 to play in the game.
We got 2nd and 20 from the 33.
This one coming down to the wire, but that holding penalty could prove costly.
You got 5 wide split.
Yep.
3 to the right, 2 to the left.
And essentially 3 downs to go because it's 4 down territory. So here we go. Going to pass.
Oh,
Across
wow.
the middle. A wide open number 10.
Yep.
Nolan Height. And it's a first down, I believe.
No, he's close. Not quite there.
Well, they might give him forward progress because he got pulled back.
Yeah. No, third. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe, it looks like. Holy cow, what a game.
We haven't seen a game about this exciting in a long time.
It's been great. It really has.
You know, again, it hasn't been a clean game, but it makes it dramatic. I'm trying to think, maybe 3 years ago when Durfee lost at home, it was a close game. It was a 2-point victory for New Bedford. I want to say 18-16.
Yep.
And the Hilltoppers had the ball with the final 2 minutes, just like we're seeing the Whalers now. They had a chance to tie it, and they turned it over. Or rather, a chance to pull ahead, and they turned it over. And I think this has probably been the closest and most competitive game we've seen since that game. That was a low-scoring game. This is fairly low-scoring. To hold New Bedford to just 2 touchdowns, they put up in excess of 30 points the last couple of years. Yeah, it was 2011. And then New Bedford scored 36 in 2012, 33 last year.
Yep.
Going to punch it up the chute. It's a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
From the 9 or 8-yard line. Oh, wow. Now they have no timeouts left, so
they don't.
They got to get this rolling.
The clock should already be rolling.
Yeah, once the ball's set, there it is.
Under 50. They snap the ball. 46 seconds to play. We're calling it 2nd and goal from the 9. It looked more like the 10, but we'll call it the 9. That's what the scoreboard says.
It's going to be interesting what they try to do because you really can't run the ball, or for that matter, pass the ball toward the middle of the field because it's going to take up too much time off the clock.
Well, that, and it's such a short field, nobody can spread out.
No, so
it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting to see what Coach DeBrito does with the play calls here.
And you have to think as well that if the Whalers get the touchdown, and they're so close, if they get the touchdown.
Do you go for 2?
I don't know.
If
I'm the coach, I go for the tie because neither is a sure thing.
No.
But
the
tie theoretically is easier than the 2 points. Another low snap. What's going on there? Going to try to
scrambling.
Pass. Oh, and DeBross.
Oh, he's brought down from behind. What a play.
Number 54, Kendrick Dixon, just stopped DeBross from breaking the plane. Brings up 3rd down. The clock continues to roll. 25 seconds left in the game. Hilltopper sideline is cheering and screaming. DeBross,
he almost had him. No, he scored. Oh my God.
Whalers.
What a play. They had him in the back. Oh, DeBross is down. He's hurt. He's hurt.
Well, he got sacked. Well, tackled.
Oh, he got hit hard.
It wasn't a sack, but he got tackled.
He got it. Yeah, he's shaking up out there.
20-19 with 17 seconds to play in this game. And yes, DeBross is hurting right now.
What a nice play. He hung in there, Evan, till the absolute last moment to get rid of the ball.
Let's see the knee. I think it was the legs.
And right here,
and nobody on Raposa.
Just got open. That's the first real mental breakdown by the defense.
Yep, because Cabral's been on all game long.
All game.
And now to try to tie.
Is the guy who just got shooken up on the play.
Yeah. This is for the tie. We're assuming it's going to be a point after attempt. You'd never know.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Snap it.
The ball is down. The kick is up. And it's good.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
Tied at 20.
What a
The
game.
Whalers with the drive of their lives here in the fourth quarter with the help of a few penalties.
A few costly ones. The 15-yard.
That personal foul.
Oh, my God, a killer. Killer right there.
And the kick was good.
Well, it all comes down to the kickoff return here.
We'll wait and see what happens, but, you know, if we're headed to overtime, we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for our Thanksgiving Day meal here.
Yep.
This game is almost 3 hours long at this point. That's crazy.
I don't understand why people would be leaving the stadium in such an exciting game like this. I know.
Yeah, they see the tie game and say, oh, that's it, we're done.
Yeah.
It's not over.
No, man, stay to
Not
the
even
end.
close.
If I wasn't up here and I was in the stands, I'd be here to the bitter end. This has been a great, great game.
Mike Correa and Colby Cabral are back deep for Durfee at about the 10-yard line. But New Bedford's kicking into the wind. I'm surprised they're that far back.
They'll move up a little bit, I think. If I'm Durfee, I'd probably put Correa and Colby up into the first line there, not all the way back. Because you want your skilled speed guys to get their hands on the ball at this point.
But you do have Brian DeMello, that's 10 yards up, and he can run, and so can Eli Brooks.
Yeah.
You see DeBross on your screen. He's
still not.
looks
still
like
not
the hamstring area. He was grabbing the back of his leg. Whalers will kick off from the 40 with 17 seconds to play in regulation. Having just tied the game, it's a little squibber picked up by, who was that? That's Alex Benavides. Taken down at the 40 with 11 seconds to play. So theoretically, I guess you got one shot at the end zone here.
Yeah, maybe two.
Depends on how quick they can get it off.
Yeah, what I would do is, I'd run something toward the sidelines, maybe a 15-yard out, and then get out of bounds, and then take a shot at the end zone. You technically could get 2 plays out of this, but see what happens.
Taylor Brown has used a few timeouts, but
I think
for some
he's
reason
got
I feel
2
like he
left.
might have one or two left.
Yep.
So we'll wait and see.
And they just took one.
Oh, well, there you go.
So they took one of their 12 timeouts that they have.
Oh, man.
Wow, what a game. Been a pleasure to watch, I'll tell you.
Everything that you could expect.
Yeah, it's been
or ask for.
Yeah.
We've seen today here at Paul Walsh Field.
Now in high school for the overtimes, how do they do it? Is it a possession per possession?
Well, I got to see my first a couple weeks back when Conley made the playoffs and had to go to Southeastern.
Yeah.
And basically you have a coin toss like you do in the NFL. And the team that wins gets the opportunity to go on offense or defense. And they start at the 10-yard line.
Right.
If you go on offense, I believe you have to score a touchdown. Conley stopped Southeastern in that game in 4 downs. Conley got the ball back. They were able to chip shot a field goal, and they won it.
Wow.
So I think if you're the defense, if you stop the other team, you can just come back and kick a field goal. If you allow a field goal, you got to score a touchdown. If the offense scores a touchdown, you got to answer them for it to continue, something like that. You know, it's. I think it's more exciting, to be quite honest with you. But all right, looking to pass. Loads of time, going to go across the middle, and it is complete to Eli Brooks at the 40. He's still on his feet with 2 seconds to play, and the clock will run out. He did not go down.
No.
Time has expired. And perhaps another mental mistake, knowing that there was very little time. He should have gone down.
Yeah, tough though when you get the.
I know.
In the spur of the moment, you're in the moment. You got the ball. You want to run. Tough to just go down. So we go to overtime.
Uh-huh.
I'll get home for 5 o'clock, I guess.
I know, I got a shorter drive. I'm staying here in New Bedford. heading over to my grandparents' house. So
Nice.
I'm just going across town. We have seen it all at the end of regulation. New Bedford 20, Durfee 20 here on Thanksgiving Day. Can't say morning.
No.
Not anymore.
Afternoon.
Afternoon for sure. We're 12 minutes away from this game being a 3-hour game. And it's certainly going to get there because we're heading to overtime.
You know, this is the type of game where really no one deserves to lose.
I know.
It's been great, you know, back and forth. We've seen penalties. We've seen offense, defense, you name it, trick plays, and lots and lots and lots of timeouts.
Almost as many penalties as well.
Yeah, crazy.
There's been a lot of penalties in this one. So there's going to be a coin toss at midfield. The captains will head out.
No, so I'm assuming there's no kickoff, there's no nothing. Whoever gets the ball, they can defer or they can take the ball and then they start from the 10-yard line, correct?
My understanding, that's exactly what's going to happen. I don't think there's any difference from Division 6.
No,
you know, it
no,
should be
the
it's the same
uniform,
across
yeah.
the board.
Yep.
So that's my estimation. Yep. Whoever wins the coin toss will decide what they want to do, and then we'll go from there. So the 5 captains from New Bedford,
And
along with the 4 captains from Durfee. Who Durfee, you see Brad Kilby there, not dressed in his uniform because he's injured, and the Hilltoppers have held their own without their big star tight end.
I wish they had a mic so we could hear what they were saying.
I know. We tried that a couple of years ago,
Did
I
they?
believe, at Durfee when we were hosting New Bedford with the live feed, and you tried the wireless mic, but I think there was an issue with proximity, you know, to the receivers
Right.
in the truck, so it didn't work, I don't think, as well as we'd planned. That's what I'm told, because I had asked about that, but not something we could do here on the road. Oh, we're hearing from the truck. The official kept turning it off. He didn't turn it back on. Because they're not used to that in high school football,
yeah,
I guess.
no, that kind of eliminate the
Yep.
the
There you
mic
go.
on them.
That's funny. So as we get ready for overtime, once again, we want to thank the crew over at New Bedford Cable for providing us with this fantastic footage today, the feed, along with the students who have worked this game and been able to run the cameras and help out with the broadcast, as well as our crew at Fred TV, bringing up the truck as well so that we could have this recording as well. It's been a great game, and we're glad that you've stuck with us, and we hope that you're not going to go to your dinner table just yet.
Stop talking about the food, Evan.
I know.
I'm dying.
It's all about the food. Come on, it's
I
Thanksgiving.
know. I'm dying right now.
But right now, it's all about the football.
Football, that's
so.
it. We'll have the food later.
And so let's see what we have here.
For anyone that left, I feel sorry for you because you're walking out on a great, great game.
I know. I didn't see any signaling from the officials as to who's going to have the ball.
No.
No, I never saw anything in that huddle there with the captains as to who's going to have the ball.
Looks like Durfee's going on offense. Yep.
So the Hilltoppers, like I said, as I understand it, the Hilltoppers will need a touchdown to ensure that the game will go further. If they get a field goal, then the Whalers will need a touchdown and they could win it. So essentially, you just want to find the end zone here.
Yeah.
That's really what you want to do. Tied at 20 in overtime on Thanksgiving Day.
Durfee's already out on the ball, and New Bedford's
Whalers defense heading out.
taking their time, though, aren't they?
1st and 10. Yeah, I know. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line.
Ball up the middle. He picked up about 4. That was DeMello again.
DeMello's had a decent second half. He was very quiet in the first, but he had a pretty good second half. Had a couple carries, got the touchdown that made it 20 to 13 at the time.
Actually, that wasn't DeMello. That was Eli Brooks.
Okay, so number 25
Yeah,
in there.
yep.
There you go. Looks like, yes, they picked up maybe 3, maybe even 4, actually. Yeah.
I'll give them the 4. They have 2nd and 7 on the clock, but again, it's New Bedford scoreboard. So.
Cabral in motion. They snap the ball.
Oh, tough exchange there. He almost lost it. Oh,
Still on his feet.
Nice.
Across the 5, down, close to the goal line.
I'll tell you, that was a tough exchange from the
was.
center to the quarterback. The ball was a little bobbled, but picked up another 3 or 4 yards, so he's inside the 4. Yep.
So we're going to call it third and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. Hilltoppers need the touchdown.
I'd run it 4 times. Just keep going.
Why not?
Yep, stop me.
Because if you've gotten 3 yards, 3 yards.
Just keep going. I would try to maybe get outside the tackle here, though.
Yeah, because you can't go up the middle.
No, they're putting everyone in the box, so I would try to get to the outside a little bit. And it doesn't look like Jersey's doing that. They got everyone up there. So
3rd and goal from the 4. I wonder if Vieira will try to keep it.
Yeah. You got a full backfield. There's 3 guys back there.
Oh, so close to the end zone. But I don't think it's enough.
No, he's a yard short.
Oh, man. The Whalers trying to get the stop. That was DeMello that time. So what do?
You go for it. Right up the gut again.
Only need a yard. The quarterback sneak has been successful today.
You might try to back it out and then run over the guard, not the center again like they did prior.
And remember, with this situation, all you got to do is break the plane.
That's it.
That's all that's necessary. Get the ball, pass the line, and that's it. Now we got a timeout taken by the Hilltoppers.
They're going to talk this over to make sure they have the right play, the right personnel in there. And I mean, they got to punch it in here. But they're all huddled. You got the whole team over there, so.
Oh, yeah. Everybody got to be on the same page. On 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Hilltoppers trying to punch it in.
It's been a long morning and afternoon here at Paul Walsh Field. And I've lost all feeling again in my lower extremities.
Oh, that's because it's like we're in a barn here. These doors keep getting left open, and the wind is just howling in. All right, here we go.
Big.
Both sides cheering for their respective teams. 4th and goal from the 1.
They're going to the right.
Vieira gonna punch it up the middle. Touchdown, Hilltoppers!
Wow.
The QB sneak. 2 for 3 on QB sneaks.
Yeah.
Well, in our books, we'll say 3 for 3. But, you know, officially 2 for 3. Of course, we're biased. We can be.
Yep, absolutely right.
We can be just a little bit.
Just a tough play by the quarterback. Keep his legs turning, get in the end zone.
So that's 26-20. You still need the extra point.
Going for 2. Hurry up, guys.
Truthfully, I really hope they're not going for 2.
I think you have to.
Oh, you don't have the option of the extra
I
point?
don't
Okay.
think so. See, I'm not familiar with all the high school overtime rules, so. But
going for 2.
Yep.
26-20. Trying to make it 28-20.
Oh, he moved.
Oh, man.
57. False start. And that's Corey Stora.
Well, it opens the field up a little bit.
Yeah, it's
I guess that's your
one way to look at it.
Consolation prize. But that hurts.
Yeah. Mental mistake.
Yep.
Just not set, not knowing the snap count.
So 7 yards to gain.
Here we go again. Let's get the fans amped up and yelling and screaming.
But the short field is tough if you're trying to pass.
Yeah.
So it does open it up just a little bit. wide receivers to the right and to the left. Correa's been quiet. I wonder if they can target him here. Vieira's looking his way.
Oh,
it's way left.
Yeah, way off.
And there's no penalties.
No.
So it's 26 to 20.
So now it's New Bedford's time.
New Bedford needs a touchdown
And
to keep it
conversion.
going.
So it comes down to defense, where Durfee's played very, very well throughout the second half, and they need one more stop. One more stop. So here we go. New Bedford's time. Same side of the field.
Yep. What a crazy day.
Crazy afternoon here.
So we'll go from the 10 once again.
Yep.
DeBross is back at about the 15, ready to receive the snap. They're going to toss it to Morris. Morris on his feet. Still on his feet at the 5, and he's taken down inside the 5.
Nice run. Wow.
They're going to spot it, I think, at the 3.
Just a nice block again here. 2 nice blocks. And then just a nice second effort to keep going. You get down to about the 2.
Looks like it's officially down, though, at about the 3. So we're going to call it 2nd and goal from the 3. Similar formation. Going to hand it off again. And Morris is in for the touchdown.
You go for
26
one.
all.
Go for the win. Oh, they're going for 2. Why? Just pick the extra point.
Have to go for 2.
Yep. Okay, so there
There's
you go.
no option.
No.
And the Hilltoppers really squandered their opportunity at 2.
Yep.
With the penalty and then the pass that went way wide to the left.
Yeah, they weren't on the same page on that one. Correa broke upfield and looked like Vieira was looking for him to go out.
Took Durfee 4 downs to get in the end zone. It took New Bedford 2. Can they win it here on the 2-point conversion? It would be their 8th straight victory. It's going to have to wait because we have a timeout taken by New Bedford.
Oh, hey, why not?
Oh, why not? Yeah, why not? We're only 3 hours into this game.
Oh.
Amazing.
And what are they talking about? I'd love to hear it.
I know, right? Sounds
Just
of the game.
Yeah, you know. Don't make a mistake. Hold on to the ball.
It's basically what they've probably been saying all game long. So,
yep, same thing.
but, you know, you got to keep pounding it into their heads.
Yep. Well,
But
see if Durfee's D has another stop in him.
I don't know.
It's going to be tough.
It is going to be tough because that defense had been tired, been on the field for a long time during that drive. The 2-point conversion coming up, going for the win.
Oh, they're going to run a pick
Here's
play
the
here.
snap.
Right.
They're going to pass to the right side, and it is in! 28 to 26, style points for Flugel, who catches it, and the game is over.
Wow, what a
New
game.
Bedford stuns Durfee.
What a game.
After trailing by 7, they come back to tie it. Hilltoppers score first in OT. Can't get the 2 points. New Bedford does, and that's your game.
Great game. Fantastic game, both ways. You know, like I said, there shouldn't be a losing team. Unfortunately, there has to be. But Durfee has nothing to be ashamed about. They played a fantastic game. Lost to a very, very good football team today.
And, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but Storer, I think it was Storer again, had his hands up, almost tipped it again.
Yep.
Can you imagine that?
Just missed it.
So while he did not get a touchdown pass in this one, DeBross ends it with a pass to the end zone. Final score from New Bedford, 28 for the Whalers, 26 for the Hilltoppers. So the only Fall River team winning today, Bishop Conley, and that was an upset over Pope John Paul II.
Absolutely.
Diamond losing at the hands of New Bedford Folk, and now Durfee losing to New Bedford High. The 123rd meeting between these two teams goes the Whalers' way. They've won 8 straight over Durfee.
Yeah, hey, just one of those things. I mean, it came down to who made the play on the 2-point conversion at the end. Unfortunately, Durfee did not. New Bedford did. My hat's off to the Whalers, and again, my pleasure to be at just such a great high school football game.
And this was a much more entertaining game than last year's 33-6 victory for New Bedford.
Yeah,
At least this
that
one was a
was
close game.
Yeah, it was. I thoroughly enjoyed my time again with you today, and you know, disappointed, yeah, but things are looking up for the Hilltoppers too. Coach.
They are a 4-7 season. Is certainly a successful one in the books, just because of the back-to-back winless seasons that the Hilltoppers had just dealt with in 2012 and 13.
You know, when you win one game in 3 years, yeah, it's a little tough. Is 4-7 a successful year? Usually no, but the way the program had been going, I see it turning around with Coach Brown, so my hat's off to him and the coaches and the players that stuck it out. So looking forward to next year, see what else they can do.
All right, well, the Hilltoppers and the Whalers will be without a huge complement of players, because there are many seniors on both sides that are going to be graduating in the spring. So both teams will look a little different, but one thing that is for sure, the Hilltoppers will have their quarterback back next year, Jaron Vieira, who had another good year.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you never know what's going to come next year. We didn't know what was going to come this year in this game.
Yep.
Never know what's going to come next year. It should be fun, and Mitch, it's been great to have you alongside.
Yeah, had a good time again. Look forward to next year as well.
Well, folks, for our New Bedford friends at New Bedford Cable, thank you to them for providing the great footage today. Our guys down in the truck for Fred TV, the 2 schools, Durfee and New Bedford, for helping us out as well with all the logistics. I'm Evan Massoud. This is Mitch Lown. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, the final score, 28-26. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We'll see you again soon.